Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Woodness Guild. This is episode 3. Pretty excited about where we're at. Actually, I have no idea what is going to happen, so I'm a little lost DMing, but that's okay.
Do we take our shots yet?
We will take our shots before we start the game.
As soon as you're poured, instead of
Yeah.
I promise to get this one in
We gotta
your
make
mouth.
sure you don't spill this one, like the last one. That
Shots
went all over our
fired.
table.
That's blasphemy. I did no such thing. I just took a shot shower.
Yeah. Understand.
Spilled nowhere.
honestly, if it gets on you, it might have some rejuvenating, it got that tingly
Skin. It helps the
yeah,
skin.
that's what I'm saying.
It's like
Exfoliation. That's what I was
solution.
What does it do to your dick, though?
It's got to make it bigger.
Yeah. That would be my guess. But anyways, welcome to the Woodness Guild. We don't have any giveaways this week. We had them the last couple weeks. Devin, me and you need to get together and set up our next one.
Yes.
But we will be coming with another giveaway, a couple more actually. The Dungeon Forge would like to do a giveaway with us. I did mail out our giveaway winner items the other day.
Pepperoni Pia was the first one, right?
Yep.
And then
Pepperoni
the
Pia was the first one. Jenna in Oregon got hers. She texted me and said, thanks for the mug and stickers.
Well, that was quick.
Nymphy has already begun working on a piece of art for her. I saw half of it that already looks dope.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, glad that is coming to fruition and these winners are
We
getting
shipped to Ireland, right?
what they want. We did ship to Ireland, yes.
Ireland.
Yeah, I know. I was like, man, if it costs any more to ship this, I'm just going to take a vacation.
Did you pack a
to
can
Ireland.
of Guinness?
Yeah, I might as well just take it to you.
What?
Did you pack a can of Guinness in it with it?
No,
they
I
get it
feel
there
like
for free.
that
Then
would be...
why? That's insult.
That
Isn't
is.
that like what they
They
get?
love Guinness. What's wrong? How's that
Let me
insulting?
import your beer and then ship it back to you.
Yeah.
But like a poor quality. Like,
Yeah.
oh, here you go.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the
not even like
knockoff.
a good
I would never be so offended to get a free beer.
Plus,
even
they
if
get
it was free.
baptized in that at the age of
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, man.
That's really,
That's what happens, right?
kind of.
Wow,
it's a little
way to
racy,
demean a
man.
culture, man.
I'm
Seriously.
gonna
It's a little insensitive.
Okay.
But anyways,
But the baptism
where
by
we
Guinness
left
is not.
no, not at all. They do get baptized
If
in
it's
Guinness.
true, it's not offensive.
Every Irish person gets baptized in Guinness. That is a fact.
Okay, so you're gonna edit out what I said.
We're canceled.
But we left off. You guys left Cedar Gatling on your mission to go investigate why these people were not, the Eastern allies, why they were not talking, or the Western allies. You guys are on the East. The Western allies and why they were not talking to you guys. You made your way
Downtown.
probably about 1,200 miles before you got right outside of Thogport, where you ran into a fungal forest in between Thogport and
I don't have a map.
Celio. I forgot what it is.
Wait.
Emilio
Senticio.
Senticio.
Which is where we're.
Yes. In between Thogport and Senticio, you ran into a fungal forest. You battled 2 hags and this unknown entity. This 10-foot fungal-looking woman.
Till Voltaire scared her away.
Yep, so you guys basically scared her away. You went into this town, you talked to the guard at Senticio, who, answered a couple of your questions and was wondering why you decided to come up to him and sent you towards the library in an inn.
Where the fuck are you guys?
You guys went to the library. You got a little bit of information that you were looking for, maybe. I actually don't know.
Wow.
And that's where we left off. You guys were getting ready to go back to the inn, which you just said the name of.
No Man's Shed.
Yes, the No Man's Shed.
Similar to the No Man's Sky.
Exactly. And that's where we left off. So we will pick back up there.
Shots.
But yeah, let's do a shot
Because
before we start this off.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get excited about something. I'm gonna slap the table. It's gonna go everywhere.
Cheers.
Here.
And then after this shot, we're going to go ahead and play our little video.
Everyone
for
who's
you.
cool,
Oh,
clinky,
oh,
clinky.
Clink,
clink,
clink, clink,
I
clink.
can't,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's like rubbing alcohol.
Mine was good. I don't know about you guys.
That's what that is.
That
Take
was,
that from me, please. Thank you.
That was Sailor Berries.
I'm leaving.
I'm not crying.
Polish
You're
it off.
crying.
I'm not crying.
Polish it off a
Oh
little
my
beer.
god, what is that?
I'm not crying.
But anyways,
What is this? Who spend money on this? What's wrong with you?
it is out of a plastic bottle.
Yeah, I know. But
Not
you
doing
the
that
one who
again.
spent money on it.
And that's how we roll here.
you
Welcome
ever
to
know
the
where
Woodness
else?
Guild.
I didn't know.
we have to vomit
Sorry
a
for
shot
the
up and
technical
take it again?
difficulties.
Can I
Dope.
guess?
We're doing great. We are like
Off to a killer start.
we're like
5 for 5.
1 for 6, I think, on the intro right now. 1
Yeah.
for 6.
Oh my god.
Yeah, things, when old people
Things to work on.
use OBS, shit happens. We'll
Somebody-
play our intro at a different time. We don't know when, but you'll get to see it eventually. Anyways, welcome back.
Yeah. 679.
I don't have Aquafan on mine.
Red. Yes.
Budownik, Willow, Emberly, Nazlith, Voltaire.
That's my name.
Yes.
Who?
Oh,
You all have got your information from the library.
That was.
You left your
We're
undead
just moseying around.
character,
Hagitha.
Hagitha, at the inn.
No.
I was like, are you dragging that around?
No, she's up in.
She's at the inn. We
Like, it'll
established.
cost some-
She's bumping into the wall in the corner.
We established that, and you
Okay,
guys
no,
are now in the library. You've gotten done looking at what you wanted to, I would imagine.
The Hounds of Death. Or,
It's a very small library, unfortunately.
Someone brought their dogs in.
There's
Yeah,
well,
there's
it's
there's
an
some
unruly
dogs,
city,
dogs
really.
in the alley.
There's some dogs in the alley out back. There are dogs in
That's
F-Way.
viral.
I don't know why we. Yeah. But
Great
anyways,
start
What do you
tonight,
guys-
man.
Yeah.
This is good shit.
just to take a pause, we're killing
I
it
think
today.
it's Downing's turn.
All right,
Because
unpause.
he went on his own.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's
no,
where he went.
I'm very I don't want to talk to people, so I'm just like head down trying to find a general wares place that I could. Oh, hey Bruce, yeah, no, I'm just trying to find. God damn it, you sidetracked me.
You wanted to find a general
Goods store.
is what you told me last time. You were directed to go down towards the docks, as this is an ocean city. Most of the shops are dockside, which is going to be on the western half of the city. There's a couple different shops that you can find. It depends on what you're looking for exactly. As you start seeing, signs for different stores.
Hey, I think that one looks just mighty fine.
Are you looking for clothing? Are you looking for
No, more like maybe like wooden bits and baubles, some spare fabric, things that are somewhat. What?
What?
Are you just now reading that?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Actually, there is. Bruce, send it to me. Send it to me. I know you have
What's
it.
going on?
Right. Any like cottons and goods and like little metal like rings and things like that. Just generalized stuff to create with. Really, like that's really all I have.
Right, so you find a place called Pandem Randoms Items.
Phantoms.
Pandoms Randoms Items.
Pandoms?
Pandoms Random Items. It is a general goods store that has a lot of mainly crafting materials. It's almost like a hobby shop.
That's
if
what I'm
you
looking
will.
for, like a Joann's.
Perfect. Except this is
Joanne's is a
Pandoms.
fabric store.
And it doesn't exist in F-Way. So this is Pandoms Random.
Okay,
Random
Michael's. I'm sorry, I'm looking
items.
for Michael's.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh no, you don't want to look for that.
You don't want to go down that road.
How about a 99-cent store?
Michael's will get you canceled.
No, it won't. Anywho, how you going? You good? Solid?
Is that how-
Yeah, what do you do?
If I see her, I will avoid her at all costs.
Yeah.
I thought we were
Right.
friends.
Yeah. Nope. And I don't. If you want to roleplay this, I'm happy to. But
Yeah, they're in a library right now.
Great.
We'll say that you
It's
walk
not a
into
library.
this store.
It's like a
You
Oh,
will
God damn
notice.
it.
You will notice that once you get towards the. Wow, you put an actual.
yeah,
link
he
in
put
there,
an
buddy.
actual link in there.
Dope. Enjoy, people. So you walk towards.
Your account's private, Bruce.
Once you get to the dock area, you will notice that these buildings, unlike the outer buildings, they're starting to be made of stone, and it almost appears like they almost ran out of stone as they were building the city and,
Right.
and reverted
Yeah,
to
right.
wood.
So the more dockside stuff is actually like the old city,
Correct.
and everything further out's a little bit more.
Correct. A little newer. It's a sprawling city. It's beginning to grow. Similar to Campaign 1 Goodfellow, that's kind of how this feel is. Because it's a fairly new city trying to establish itself. It's an old city in the sense that a lot of people have lived here for a long time, but it's new as in it's growing and it's starting its economic uprising, essentially. But you walk into Pandem's Random Goods. It's a pretty modest little shop. I would say it's about 40 feet by. It's almost like it's like a shotgun-esque building where it's only about 10 feet wide, but it's about 40, 50 feet long. And you walk in, the first half of the store is all goods. And at the very back is a little desk. There is a gentleman sitting behind the desk. What are you looking for?
Excuse me, sir. Might I have a momentary time?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's an inconvenience, I can come back in another time. But perhaps I was thinking maybe you might have, just your general crafting materials, maybe enough to make, 5 or 6 respirators, possibly a large chunk of amber if you have it. I don't know what size cordage you have for your hemp rope, but I'm thinking maybe a 6 or 8 gauge would be okay as well as possible tools that would be adequate for smelting.
And as you kind of like ask all these questions, he kind of like looks around in the store. It's like, I got time.
Where's the rest of that?
And not much else. But I'll just help myself and come back to the counter. Does that sound adequate?
Yeah, that's usually how stores work.
Great. And I will just go and gather what I feel is an appropriate amount to replenish my general.
Yeah, roll an
crafting
investigation check for me. I'm gonna.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually not bad. 12.
So you don't find amber in here.
No, I wasn't actually looking for that stuff. He was being a jackass and I didn't like it.
You do happen to find there is hemp rope. There's blocks in certain items. Gauging on this gentleman behind the counter, who is he almost looks like a barbarian, but just like the laziest barbarian you've ever seen. He's a
Like
big
the last
dude,
one
but
in the
he
battle?
is literally like like he ain't even showing up to the battle.
Okay,
Barbarian,
he's in the rear with the gear.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes. He seems to be a couple crayons short of a box, if you will. And he's kind of just watching you go around the store. You happen to find hemp rope. It's not labeled as far as gauges go, but you could buy hemp rope if you wanted. Pretty much however much you would like, you could purchase.
I'm only going to take about 50 feet of that.
Easy.
Probably about 3 or 4 yards of 48-inch fabric if I can find it, and a couple pillows worth of maybe like some cotton balls and any if they have furniture rings. I don't know if you've ever seen like the hog tie rings that hold furniture fabric together.
Yeah.
And any like wood bits, like wooden dowels or pegs. Or
all
things
kinds
like
of different wooden bits you can have. Like I said, pretty much the only thing you don't find in here is going to be the amber. When you mention making a mask, he has no fucking clue what a respirator is. So as you kind of are spewing I need this, I need this, I need this, you would have noticed the very clueless blank face he's giving you. So you're going to be on your own for some of this stuff. But you do find you do find what you need. You come back to the counter with it. Everything except for the amber, of course.
Right. 3's got enough amber as it is.
Yeah. And your little mantis shrimp, your giant mantis shrimp, I should say, pops up on your shoulder, bird style, and kind of nods his head at the store owner. That's 2 silver.
Right, excellent. Back where I'm from, I actually get a familial discount, right? Because I happen to be somewhat of rather important. Perhaps you've heard of me, Bodanik son of Banzarowski. No, okay. Well, Is there anything that we can do to actually negotiate that price maybe a little
It's
bit?
persuading.
He kind of like looks at the price on the thing. Kind of looks down. I think Pandem would be pretty mad if I did not sell it for.
You're not the owner, right?
No,
right.
no.
Okay, I understand. It's an uncomfortable situation. Tell you
Yeah,
what, we'll
yeah.
call it a silver and a half, and we'll call it a good day. And that way, you don't actually have to
I
be
have
in
to
trouble.
have two silver.
All right, fine. You're a hard, and I'll just give him 2 silver and take my shit and go.
Cheap
Thank,
ass.
thank you. Have a good day.
And I will leave.
Okay, yeah, you walk out of the store. Pandem's Random Goods.
like it.
Where are you making your way to?
I'm gonna go get. Does No Man should have a bar?
Yes, there is a
I'm gonna
little
go get
tavern
that.
at the bottom. It's not necessarily like it's not a typical bar. It's more of a restaurant style bar.
I'll still get drunk.
But there is a bar there. It's almost like an Applebee's, if you
Yeah,
will.
without all the shit on the walls.
Yeah. Without all the shit on the walls. Where it's mainly a restaurant, but there is a bar in the middle. Yeah, you make your way back to the inn you guys are staying at.
Yeah.
The rest of you were in the library together. If I do recall, what are you all doing after your library?
What time is it?
It's probably about 4 in the afternoon. Specifically, Willow would know it's like 4:37 and 8 seconds.
4:37.
It's beginning to dull down in the day.
We would like to go around and just ask around to see if anyone has possibly seen our father here. So we would like to just venture off by ourselves, and we'll be back in a few hours. We're not gonna go far. We're just gonna
That's fine.
just ask random people.
That's
Would
your
you like
business.
to help? I can do the roar and draw the people in, and
Probably not.
Yeah,
No.
no, thank you.
No, thank you.
I'm very catching. You know, you see a big giant, the dragon type guy, and
Yeah.
everyone wants a picture or
No, we need to do this on
a
our
sketch,
own.
I should say.
Yeah. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you though.
Thanks.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go off and we have the bracer of our father Caspian that we're gonna just kind of like maybe ask what.
Yeah, he said he has matching ones to the ones he gave us.
Yes.
So we're gonna ask around to see if anyone's noticed a man with the same bracelets as us,
Okay.
and they're pretty noticeable.
How much
Describe
time are
the
you?
bracelet.
How much time are you spending on this? Is this like the rest of your night?
No,
or
like
is
2 or
this-
3 hours maybe.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
it. Nothing crazy.
So the bracelets, they have blue and red, just intertwined designs on each bracelet.
Is it like cloth? Is it jewels?
It's like kind of like a silver gold plated, like bracer. It kind of like takes up
Oh, it's like
Yeah.
Oh, like a
the
full brace.
inlays and stuff
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So beautiful inlaid bracer. Each one of you has one on one arm. That your father gave to you. Will you say your father's name one more time?
Caspian.
Caspian. As you walk.
Would you have shared that information with us, or would you have said his name?
No, I don't think we did.
No, I don't think we did to you guys yet.
But I was asking, what would you have though?
Oh.
It was
Oh, you haven't
honestly
asked. If you
excellent.
asked, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably would have.
It's not a secret.
It's not a secret.
Unless he asked, I probably wouldn't.
No.
Yeah. Unless you, yeah. He's a fire gymnastic.
As you walk Senticio and you begin to ask around, what kind of person are you targeting to ask these questions? Would be my,
Maybe like
like,
store
are you really
clerks?
walking in the store and being like, "Hey, you seen this person?"
No, like
No.
store
Seen the
clerks, business
Have you seen the
owners.
Yeah, that's what I thought of.
Business
instantly.
owners that have seen people come and go, and
What happened?
Okay, yeah. So there's a couple popular areas. There's if you walk down towards the docks, there's a couple different food markets down there. The docks themselves are bumping with people in trade. Bumping. There's a lot of shops that aren't in buildings in this town. They're based off of the dock. Most of them are seafood, but there are a couple other things like spices. There's a silk trader that you can find. Yeah, pretty much any store you want to go into, you are more than welcome to.
Probably a silk trader
Yeah.
first.
You want to go
I
down
know how
to
it's
the docks
made.
and
Yeah.
ask? Is that what you're asking? Okay. Okay. Roll an insight check for me, and we'll determine how this goes based
Oh
off
fuck
of an
yeah!
insight.
Go ahead, I'm helping her
of
out.
some people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
This girl's a +8.
Anyways.
Sorry, 28 is what you happen to roll. We'll get off that subject.
Maybe we should stop doing shots for
As you guys, right? No shit. Maybe shots are a bad idea. But anyways, as you walk down towards the, as you walk down towards the docks, you begin to see all these different stores pop up. You go into a couple different stores that are mainstays here, not necessarily trade stores. You don't get any kind of information from those. You even walk into the store that Budanic was in, and the gentleman there is just clueless, as he was with Budanic.
Cool.
He has no freaking clue what you want.
And we're obviously nice, understanding.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone that we've talked to now has never seen these bracers before, so we're used to it.
Yeah, Emberly's definitely taking charge with this one.
Call me. But yeah, definitely. You guys have you struggle quite a bit at first. Once you get down to the docks and you begin asking some people, and some of the people who are on ships and are doing active trade and are from other places, you guys would happen to know Senticio, not a part of the Allied.
Right.
The allied cities that
Yep.
you guys are working for or a part of, they're trying to be their own entity, and they have they're still trade partners with some of the allies, right? But they're just not in agreement 100% with those allied cities. Once you get down to the silk trader, and you kind of begin asking him about these bracers. I have seen these braces once before.
Her hair starts going.
My hair is flowing, man. Like, whoa!
It's been at least.
The wind is picking up.
Like,
It's been at least 2 or 3 years.
Fucking broken.
I would
Okay.
say.
Do you remember the man's name? I know it was forever ago, but
I cannot recall. But similar to you, he was Genasi. He, if I remember correctly, bought quite a bit of silk from me. If it's who I'm thinking of. We were in Uligo.
Uligo?
It's an island.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Oh, we are actually nomads who do not have a current home.
we are currently selling mushrooms. Or trying to find mushrooms.
It's not come out the way that you thought it came out.
selling mushrooms.
And she has a tie-dye shirt on and a little peace sign happening.
I mean, my hair is
She
flowing
squints-
like
she
that.
squints a
I
lot.
have
Don't know why.
dreads.
She wants to squint.
Just dress, yeah.
That is very. That is very weird. We've had a lot of people talking about fungi lately around here. As far as some
Oh,
issues.
we're the 5 fungi.
We're a part of a traveling group called the 5 Fungi.
But if you were to go from, I don't know if you know of the town Everstone, but if you were to sail just north of Everstone, there's a big island. It's Uligo. That's where I found him last.
Was he alone?
He was just buying silk.
Did he look okay?
Do you look happy?
It's
How
not.
many-
Was he happy?
I mean, he bought silk. I can't imagine everybody who buys silk is pretty happy.
You didn't ask him about his personal life and if he was happy?
No, I took his couple gold and he took some silk and we went
Was he
about our day.
married?
I don't know. I did not. You guys are.
And you
I
said
give
you are
him
what?
4 gold.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
I say thank you so much.
Yeah. And you guys kind of awkwardly walk away. He's like trying to ask you guys follow-ups.
We're like, we got what we need. Thank you.
That
Will-
was just
Will
my hope
Ferrell.
last year.
Will
Not-
Ferrell
not as
from Austin Powers.
Who does number 2 Will?
I was
Ferrell?
trying to work out where his accent is. Mr. Mufasa.
Oh yeah.
I broke
Oh,
my
buddy.
leg.
Very bad job.
Very bad
Oh
birds.
my god.
I love
So
Oh,
funny.
there's someone at the exit gate. Please, could you throw me a rope or something?
Will Ferrell is literally.
Maybe you have some ointment.
But anyway, so you guys happen to get what you need.
Yeah.
Well, you get a tiny
Yeah.
bit of
Yeah,
information
just
about
enough.
somebody who may have seen somebody like your father a couple years ago, just based on the bracers alone.
Actually, a lot more than I thought.
That's all we have.
That's all we wanted. What oil we could get.
Anything else you're asking?
Did he roll a history check? I'm just saying.
He
If he nat 20 that shit.
he did roll a check and he got a 15. If you would like to know.
So we're.
It's the only time I'm letting you peek behind this board.
Are we
anyways.
going back?
Yeah, might as
Yeah,
well.
I'd
we're
like to
heading back.
inside check the DM.
Yeah, what is it? What is it? Huh?
It's 23. So
Yeah, I rolled a 15.
Can I inside check again?
No. So you guys are going back to your.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the.
What's Nazlith and Voltaire doing?
Voltaire wanted to go and find an armorer. If Nazlith was done doing what she wanted to do, of course.
There's nothing in this shithole town. Whatever. We can go look at what you want.
Such an
Get it,
agreeable
Nazlith.
little girl. I love it. Let's
Get
go
it,
and find an
Nazlith.
armorer.
Creepy when you call her a little
Tell
girl,
her.
but you guys go. You exit the library. You make your way
Yeah.
down to the docks. You happen to roll a perception check. For me.
Can I help him?
Yeah, you can both roll one. You can help him take the help action.
Do you want to roll advantage or do you want me to roll?
You go ahead and roll because I don't really have good advantage.
Oh wow.
Let me see what my perception is.
Mine
It's
is,
like
I think,
check
minus
for
one.
you from now on. Just a heads up.
Right.
I got your survival.
15.
I got your history. I got your medicine.
Which was funny because I rolled the same as you, but I
15?
had +7.
I rolled an 8.
15.
Okay,
Oh,
easily.
my God.
So Nazlith, you guys are looking around for some kind of armory or armor shop, metal worker. You will happen to see a couple members of your group, kind of like specifically Willow and Emberly, kind of going store to store to store. Then they make their way to the docks. They start like
Not paying attention, unfortunately.
start questioning
You can't
people at
be
the
done
docks.
forever.
Voltaire,
I just push you along.
yeah, Voltaire like half notices this as you kind of pointed out, like, oh, there's our group. It doesn't take you long to find.
Blacksmith?
Blacksmith.
Words! Where are
Yeah,
they?
This
yeah.
is
They're gone
D&D and
and
charades.
mines. Yeah. I'm gonna be a DM of mine.
D&D
Woo!
and charades.
This should be fun.
But you guys do find a very little, very tiny little weapons and armory shop. Its name is Schmeagles. It's yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the only name it could have been.
It
Schmeagles.
should be called Shmuel's Precious Shop.
Oh!
Then I have to do it. That comes with expectations.
Yeah, let's hear your Smeagol.
Yeah, exactly.
I better find
exactly.
some rings in this shop.
You walk in, nothing but rings. No, just
And he
kidding.
won't sell a single one of
it's
them.
ring mail, ring
Right, yeah.
rings.
We got ringtones. As you guys walk into this
dad
little
joke.
It was funny. It was.
Such a dad.
It was funny. Are you pregnant now? Is that what's happening?
But anywho,
Idiot. It's a chemical change in the brain.
yeah, being a dad, just boom. But you guys walk into Schmeagle's armory. When you first walk in, you will notice that the majority of this stuff is a combo of like wooden and metal. It's not just metal work. There's some leather that goes on in here as well. There's a very little dwarf working in the back as you guys enter, and he's just pounding away at a piece of metal.
I'm gonna walk up to him and greet him. Hello there, sir. What is your name?
Hey, my name is Weagle.
Weagle. That's so nice to meet you. My name is Voltaire,
Yeah, nice to meet
and
you.
this is the precious Nazlid.
Yeah, what do you guys need?
I was wondering if perchance, maybe you had some armor for a guy like me. I don't know if you heard me, but like 2 blocks away, I was probably making a lot of noise. You probably knew, oh my god, there's a giant coming, and yes, it's true, I'm here.
We have others like you here. No, that's not like you're not the only Dragonborn. I just want to let you know.
Well, naturally, but...
Maybe the only one with wings.
Yes, well, I do tend to stick out a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, my armor currently is very strong, but it is also just a little bit absolutely racketous.
So what do you want?
I would like an armor that is not quite as loud, but hopefully just as or near sturdy.
I can give you.
Are you there? Hello?
I don't know about sturdy and solid.
No,
You
not
you
this-
have to go see one of those magic workers.
Is there one of those in this town?
Yeah, in the north side.
Why do you say it like
What
that?
is
Is the north side the bad side, or
That's just where the magic people
I would like to go
seem
there.
to be.
the north side it is? Okay. Well, thank you for your information.
You
And
want,
you tell Schmiedel I said hello.
yeah,
And tell your wife I said
you want
hello.
armor to
Tell
like
your
bring
kids
to them,
I
or
said-
is it just like,
I try. It's not nice to interrupt the people.
Oh my god.
I mean, I don't have family,
Tell anyone that you know that I said hello.
except for Schmiegel.
Schmiedel sounds like an interesting fellow. Where's he at?
Yeah, it's a she.
Where's she at?
Yeah, home.
Tell Schmiegel I said hello. and
That's my wife.
She's very beautiful. I'm
We're
sure.
Okay, let's wrap this
Schmiegel.
up. Where does the? How do we get to the north side of town? A little turn backwards, being in this.
Yeah. If you go a couple conjured feet up the way there, you will. The first magic shop you see on the left will be Marvin's. After Marvin's, the rest of those are all pretty much magic users of some form or shape.
Okay.
I don't go there much.
Do you know if any of them sell scrolls or books?
I don't.
All right, we'll
No.
figure it out. That's fine. Thank you.
Oh, so no armor.
No, we are doing okay. Thank you for your time, and tell your beautiful family that I said hello. Do you have a dog?
Okay, goodbye. It was nice meeting you.
I
Let's
should
go.
probably be leaving. But
Yeah,
she
he
will
kind of
leave.
turns around and like starts banging on the piece of metal he was working on as you guys entered. You guys leave. You go north. It's fairly obvious once you get to the magic portion of the docks. The buildings become more vibrant. You notice that a lot of the magic users here seem to paint their buildings a little more energetically.
I kind of roll my eyes a little bit.
You understand
there's
marketing.
a lot of blues and yellows and reds as opposed to everything else you've seen has been like literally wood or stone.
This town is so beautiful.
You go into this little like older part of town. What are you looking for exactly?
I want to get armor that is strong, that is not going to give me disadvantage on my stealth rolls.
Well, is it any armor that you really have on is going to give you
No, he
disadvantage?
picked something.
So you're not gonna find.
Plate.
Oh.
Roll an investigation check for me. Actually, we'll do it this way.
Let's roll the other dice.
Can I help him on this?
You can take a help action.
Investigation, did you say?
Yes, sir.
Oh, no.
I got a 20, not a nat.
Oh, thank goodness. I rolled a 14 and I have a -1.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So with your 20, as you're walking along, there are no armor shops in here. These are all different magic shops.
But do we see like any spell shops that, you know, offer services that are, like enchantment, things like that?
You do.
Okay. I would drag his ass into that then.
Yes, you find a little shop. It's just called Curly Q's Enchantments.
Oh,
As you
love
walk
it.
into Curly Q's, The store is almost empty. It is the same like shotgun style store as what Budownik was in. It's only about 10 feet wide, but it's about 40, 50 feet deep. The only difference is there's no like rows in this store. It is a hollowed out store. The only items are on the walls, basically. There's no...
It's like the Tesla store.
Exactly. It's all wide open, products on the walls.
Do I see any weapons or anything?
You don't see any weapons. There's a lot of different jars and different, like... You'll find, like, an Eye of Newt. A couple different weird roots you've never heard of. Some feathers from a specific phoenix that lives in northern Ethway that you've never heard of.
And does anything stick out to me that I would find interesting?
I would say there are a couple things that stick out to you.
He's rolling to see if
Specifically, while you're in there, there's a bag that's in there. It almost looks like skin, but you're kind of questionable about it, about what it is and how it is.
Like, does it look like a leather, or like a skin?
It looks like a leather, but almost uncomfortably familiar. Of like
I've worn this before.
Almost like I wouldn't even say like you've worn this before, but like you've almost
It puts the lotion on its skin.
you almost have met
Are
this
there
before
beauty
kind of
marks
thing.
on
It
the
is
said
like
bag?
this is probably some humanoid's skin, but
This
it's
is
in a bag.
I was like,
It's in a bag. It's probably about an 8-inch
yeah, you're
tall
right, sir. You're
bag.
Like, fuck
It's probably about 10 to 12 inches wide as it kind of like sits there in its little like circle, so the radius is 6 inches or 5 inches.
Satchel.
Outside of that, you don't see anything that would probably pique your interest too much.
Okay, I just make a mental note of it for now.
But you do have that.
Is there someone in the shop?
There is. Sorry, I'm pulling up something real quick. Yes, there is somebody in the shop. When you look into the back of the shop, there is a, it's an elf. You can't tell male or female. Very
Androgynous.
clean
There
shaven
you go.
skin, very long hair. It's facing away from you at the present time. It's almost sitting in this like, for the store you walked into, it's sitting in a throne that looks like it should be in a castle. It's somewhere else. It is just like this magnificent chair. You have not seen anything like it. Just beautiful purples and pinks and reds. It's like studded with these weird little gold studs.
And is he in this chair? He's in this chair?
He is
Does
sitting
it
in this
swivel?
chair.
But
He's facing the opposite way. As you guys kind of approach the desk, he says, what has brought you in today?
I was wondering, are you some sort of king, maybe?
No.
Can you enchant? Wrong voice.
King of this building, maybe.
Can you enchant? Oh
That's
gosh.
my people voice.
Can you enchant items?
That is, this is Curly Q's enchantments.
Are you
what
Curly
we
Q?
do. I am.
Where did you get the name like that? That doesn't sound very elvish.
Well, rhyming seems to sell here. If you
There was
haven't-
a guy from my town. We called him Curly Q as well. And the scales that ended up around his nipples were in a whirlpool pattern.
Interesting.
And
He didn't
so-
wear a shirt.
No, not regular. He was weird. So
Oh,
we called him
that
Curly
is-
Q.
Yeah. Cool story, bro.
Anyways.
Thank you, bro. That's such a nice thing. Everyone from my town, when they say bro, it's like best friend status. So, are we best friends now?
How are you?
Then the enchantments. Yes, you can.
Yes. Do you have an item you would like?
This clunky armor makes a lot of noise when we go on traveling, and we don't always want to attract attention. He wants the sturdiness of the armor, but not the noise. But you understand.
Easy
And the
enough.
companionship
Easy
of a
enough.
best friend too would be nice.
So lonely.
That will be 4,000 gold pieces. It will also take me probably 5 days. I don't know what kind of time frame you're working on, but we can help.
Is this the permanent kind of enchantment? everlasting.
Have you been gypped before?
I probably, yes, I'm very trusting of people.
Like this is.
I just asked you to be my best friend.
Well, there, that's not something
I
you
just
tell
got
people
gypped
when you
there.
first meet them. You don't tell people that. That's how
Tell
you.
people what?
That you're trusting. That's
But
how you
I'm-
get into these situations.
But I'm trustworthy.
No,
I see the
no.
best in the people. Look, he is a king.
And as he kind of sees you guys talking, he's like, "Do you want enchantment or not?"
Voltaire, make a decision.
He's a hawk.
No.
Hawk. I've been insulted.
Anyways, what about this bag over here that little Nazlith was looking at? It looks as if it is made from some sort of pig. I think it is a pig skin.
No. Sorry about the dog, but that is not pigskin. No, that is going to be from a gnome.
What is it?
Also, like the miniature pig.
Hold on. What is this bag and why do you have it? Seems like something that might even be borderline illegal.
Wait, are
Where
you
are
doing
you
illegal
from, by
things?
chance? I'm just curious.
Not here.
Well, in our city, this is not illegal by any stretch of the imagination. It is,
Insight check.
and yeah, roll an insight check.
Like a recycling program for dead people. Stopping the necromancers by stealing their wares.
22.
Wow.
He seems to be rather truthful with you in the fact that it's not illegal here, and that it is in fact like he seems very like, yeah, that's the skin of a gnome.
I trust you with every cell in my body. Soul would have been the last guy I was. Don't worry about that. What exactly is this item?
Well, speaking of souls, that is a bag of souls. If you happen to kill somebody, which I'm not condoning,
Oh,
that's where it becomes
Finish
illegal.
your thought.
You can trap the soul in the bag.
Okay.
Once this is opened, that soul will take a body near it. Usually whatever is weakest at the time.
so you can put the soul into someone who's already still alive.
You'd have to, again, illegal, but have an empty body to fill. It just holds the soul while it is being transported to a different body.
I've heard of items that can hold souls before, but never transfer it to a new body.
Yes,
How does that part work?
It does take a little bit of learning. I would not suggest if this is your first time getting something like this.
Nazlith makes herself friends all the time.
There is a spell that goes with it. I do sell a scroll
Yes.
that goes with the
Do
bag.
you sell them separately?
Yes.
How much is the scroll?
The scroll is about 500 gold.
And how much is the bag?
The bag is about 3,000.
I will take the scroll.
Not the bag?
I'll come back to that later, but the scroll I definitely want.
Okay. I can give you a scroll.
And I will do that enchantment actually.
Uh,
But I do have one thing
yes.
that I'd like to say. I would like
Of
it.
course.
How about we do what is a deal, I think, and we make it a 3,000 gold.
Again, I don't know where you're from, but when it has a label on it, you pay that or don't.
But I'm a big hero person who will save your town eventually, I'm sure. I've probably already done it twice or 3 times. So work with me and I'll work to help you.
When that day comes, come back to me. I will give you a little bit of a discount. Not 1,000 gold.
Can I try and persuade him?
You can
With
roll a
what, your
persuasion
wiles?
check.
You gotta roll really high. dude.
I will let you know that it is going to be stupid high.
You need to get nat 20 plus
30.
a 10.
We'll set it at 28.
28!
I would have to roll in that 20. My modifier is plus 8, so I got
Oh, okay, so he does have some wiles.
I got
See,
20.
that's why you think it's 29, because their modifier is never plus 9.
With a 23, he kind of looks at you and just says, "The price is what it is. If you can't afford it, then no, it's not for you."
What's my intimidation modifier?
Oh.
Oh God, Zoe.
I'm just saying
What am I doing?
from an
It
experienced
never goes right.
bard who has done said option, we quickly became sailors.
It was
Yeah.
a joke.
And I was hated for it for a while.
Yeah, no, she like almost died. It was crazy.
Crazy.
I'm still paying for that.
You did die.
I died.
Two of my companions
Now
died
we're
because of said
Your
decision.
husband died.
My husband did die.
Anyways, side campaign.
Do I regret it?
Yes,
No.
4,000 gold is the
Voice match guaranteed.
price.
Okay, and these
Said
are,
enchantment. It's going to take 5 days.
are there any other
Beer?
side effects, or what exactly does this enchantment do?
Scientific. You asked me to make it silent, right? Your armor, it cling, 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 cling.
Yes.
You want it to be
Stealthy.
not cling, cling, cling.
And that won't have any other side effects, any weaknesses that are added, or any other monkey's paw sort of situations here.
What do you think I sell here for 4,000 gold?
I have been gypped before, sir. Okay, I just want to
Yeah,
make
you
sure.
told me half your life story already, guy.
It's pretty good, right?
Voltaire, why don't you take some time to think about it? This is not an
No, I'm
item.
going to do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to take off your armor and give it to me for 5 days. Yeah, and you take about 2 or 3 minutes to like unbolt your armor.
Very loud.
Like,
Ching,
ching, ching, yeah.
Ching, ching, ching.
Yeah, lots of crashing of metal.
And I'm hanging down.
You have a lot of armor.
I was going commando, so I'm not
We're
hanging.
gonna leave you
hanging,
here.
hanging down.
And your armor is now in the hands of this elf of curly cues. Yeah, you leave it.
Decisions
Okay.
have
I need at least half payments now. Half payment when you pick it up.
That sounds fair. We'll do that, and I hand him 2,000 gold.
It doesn't matter if it's fair or not. That's the price.
I'm agreeing with you. You
It's
don't need
fine.
to be so
it's
aggressive.
Fine. He'll
Okay.
earn it back. It's fine.
It seems that you've been very questionable about this.
This is just Voltaire's way. Don't be offended. It's just him. This is how he operates. It's okay.
Okay. Okay.
I would still like that scroll, by the way, and I hand you 500 gold.
Yeah, and he takes a minute, but he like goes under his desk. You hear him burying it or digging for a little while, and he pulls out a scroll and he hands it to you. I will give you that scroll at halftime. What else you guys doing?
You have literally taken the clothes off my back. I think I'm going to go home.
You're still dressed. I just took you
No,
off.
I'm not.
But,
You have a peasant shirt on or
Wait,
something?
butt naked under there?
You are not.
If
Just
you
said I
would
was
like-
lying down.
he kind of like gives you like a pair of trousers to put on.
Do they fit?
I would suggest not leaving the store without the only size I have that will fit you.
That is fair. Thank you very much. You're so friendly.
Yeah. And when you put these trousers on, they're like neon pink. Very similar to his chair. They're very flamboyantly pink. They're like studded on the ass.
Ooh.
I love the way that they match with my scales.
They
I
have
think
these
it's
like
very pretty.
horns that almost look like tiefling style horns on the butt cheeks.
Some
Say
little
juicy?
cinnamon buns. Juicy, yes!
In the very front,
No
they
velvet.
say curly cues.
Oh my God.
It's a homebrew.
Do I get to keep
Do they
these
have any
as well?
magical properties?
No.
No?
Embarrassments. It goes
They
up
don't
by
like. They don't make like a glittering noise.
Your
every time you
charisma
take a
drops
step?
by 3.
They do
Have a
not. You will
billowing
notice
effect?
that in the light, they kind of like glisten on the wall. You'll see like sparkles shining, but outside of that, no.
Voltaire loves
Really nothing. Really nothing else. As you guys leave the store with your Voltaire and only his pink skivvies that are bedazzled, in Nazareth with your new scroll, you guys head back to the tavern, I would assume.
For dinner.
I would say that Voltaire, Nazareth, and Budownik are the first 3 to show up, and you guys are probably still questioning people.
Right, all I'm saying is that Marvin's is gonna go under. It's gonna have to submit, Chapter 13 bankruptcy if they don't bring themselves up to the modern age. That's all I'm saying. Why are you naked?
He's not naked. Do you not see these hot pants?
Look,
I make them glow
I've
and
seen what's
sparkle.
underneath the hop has Miss well before you were even born.
What did you even say? I didn't even hear what you said.
Same thing.
I just
Deep in it.
want to express my gratitude for you guys coming along in this adventure. I'm just gonna keep mumbling until you
Yeah,
show up.
and this is a pretty, like, for the time of day, it's probably around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. It's pretty lit in here as far as yeah, the party. No, the lighting. It's pretty bright in here.
Lit.
You would notice that every time you move, there's like a ray that like goes across the wall.
He's a
like
disco ball
every
at this
fucking
point.
time.
Way too
He
bright.
puts his cheeks up in the air and swivels.
Yeah, literally,
and
if you were to twerk in front of everybody, you'd blind half the community. With that being said, you two, Willow and Emberly, happen to walk in. You notice Budownik kind of drunkenly having a conversation with Nazlith and Voltaire.
I'm gonna ask Emberly, did the merchant, when he said Everstone, did he mean F-Stone? He did mean F-Stone, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, that was F-Stone. Okay.
He
Wasn't
did.
there an Everstone last campaign?
No,
Or is that an
this-
R campaign?
Or
Or
it's
is
the
that
other
one?
one.
Same one.
Everland.
Actually, there's
Think of
Evstone, and then there's Everena.
You're thinking of Everland,
There's also an Everland.
because you know.
F-Stone.
Yeah.
I'm
We
super
like the,
intelligent. Yeah.
we like the Evs.
Sorry if I worked on you.
No, you didn't.
But anyways,
You're
We're gonna
not
walk
the other
in.
campaign, but-
Are we gonna see our friends? Our companions?
No, I'm not.
you are very easily, you see your companions. They're just sitting there having a good old time drinking and hanging out. And
Have you ever heard this song before? I swear there was this changeling girl who used to pan flute this song all over the country. It was like a beautiful song that I never heard before. And
Oh,
I
we're
just,
getting emotional.
oh my god, I love you guys so much. I just.
Who's your daddy?
whoa!
You are. You are. You are.
That is a revelation I did not see coming.
Backfired immediately. Are you having repressed feelings?
For my daddy!
What are you doing? Give him a hug. Go to him.
There.
Well, there. What happened with your armor?
Oh, do you like it? I got it at the magic section of town. Oh, I don't care what?
What
Armor?
happened to your armor?
Oh, yeah, so you know how it was like super loud? Like, ka-clang, ka-clang, ka-chling, ka-clonk? Well, I got that taken out.
He got it enchanted.
Oh!
We will have to stay for a few days.
Five,
How many
5 days.
I'm
Five
sorry. I'm sorry.
days.
5 days.
You said 5 days?
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
5 days.
5 rotations.
This is a beautiful town.
Oh. We're staying
You guys
here.
missed the magical part of the town. You should go over there.
We did not want to stay here for
5 days.
I can catch up. It is okay.
Voltaire likes to make smart decisions.
Look, when we're doing the sneaky sneaks, and I'm no longer clanky clanks,
He is typically very loud. That might be in our best interest.
it is
Well,
going to save our
I'm
lives
currently
one day.
projecting that we will get there on time if we continue on our current route. If we wait 5 days, this throws us off completely.
Do we have a deadline to be somewhere?
Well, I think it's smart if we stay on schedule.
It sounds like this deadline is something that you decided.
Well, I mean, are we? So I guess we're staying. If that's what the group wants,
Like I said, I can just catch up.
I'll just change my schedule. I had a bunch of sites that we were gonna see.
Your hair is so beautiful. I can't even explain it. It's like the wind is always blowing on you.
I know! My schedule's fucked!
You are not warm at all.
I'm like
No.
really jarred that this calm, cool, collected person is just having a meltdown.
A
about her
meltdown,
schedule.
When he said you're not warm at all, I like touch him with my hand.
Oh,
Oh, that's better. That's so much nicer. I'm assuming I just passed.
Willow's.
Yeah.
Figured out.
I'm
I'm going for blackout drunk.
At the bar, I would assume you pass
Yeah.
out.
Be
No
careful, he
alcohol.
might try to crawl up and curl on your lap later if he's
Ew.
really cold.
No.
Yeah.
Does this bar have the karaoke?
It does.
Lights.
You will notice that this bar is, again, Applebee's-esque.
Again, karaoke.
Where there's like people eating their food on the outer side of the room. But the center of the bar, or the center of the room, is where the bar is. It's kind of a U shape. Just in front of the bar is a little tiny stage. The bartender, if you would like to karaoke, you're more than welcome to.
I would like to go up and freestyle
To the
yodel.
window. To
Yeah,
the wall.
definitely. You kind of ask the bartender about this, and you're like, yeah, yodeling. We have lots of yodelers. Be my guest. And he kind of hands you this. I don't know if you're handing that to me or not.
No,
That was really awkward. My instinct was to grab.
I was stuck.
I was like, okay, take.
You look very serious about it.
I know. I was like,
I will
what is
take
he
the
doing?
empty can. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you. But yes, there is an area if you'd like to karaoke. They do take requests. They do. There's a little like in-house band. It's 3 dudes who look pretty lame. They're humanoids.
Do they have an accordion?
Yeah, not only do they have an accordion, they have the weirdest semblance of like lame instruments you could possibly imagine.
It's like a.
There's like
Oh,
a guy with an
horn.
accordion.
No,
A
what's that thing?
kazoo.
What's
There's
that
a guy
thing
with
from
a
India?
triangle up there.
Those things are cool.
I know they are, but it doesn't go with accordions and harps.
There's a guy with a didgeridoo, a guy with an accordion,
Oh,
and
hell
a guy
yeah.
with a triangle.
Yeah.
And that makes
What
up
about
this
a
band.
theremin? One of those.
No, unfortunately, too
Theremin.
cool.
Theremin,
Too
yeah.
cool for
fucking-
this band.
Oh, yeah.
You will notice that this is essentially what this band has. They have a little tip jar up at the front too.
It's empty.
You would imagine that all these guys up here are basically Jerry from Rick and Morty.
Oh, sweet baby.
However, if you would like to request a song, we might be able to chime something up for you.
I'm going to just jump in and do a yodel, and you guys just play whatever you want that matches.
Yeah, and you hear this like really awkward, like.
I just put my head in my hand.
And there's a guy with a triangle who's like, ching,
And I'm
People
spinning
count
around
them.
and like catching the light on my pants, and just like
You can tell that they all get into it with you. Even the lead guy on his accordion looks at your shorts and is like, dude, nice fucking shorts, bruh.
I know, right?
It's the most obnoxious sound all of you have ever heard except for Voltaire. But yes, you do. Roll a performance check for me.
Oh my god.
Ooh. 8.
Oh God, really?
With an 8, only one glass in the room shatters. As you peak with your yodel.
That is disappointing. Normally I get like 5.
There's like a gnome sitting there with a beverage, and as he's kind of sitting up at the bar, like shatters, and like, fuck, like what the? Kind of too drunk to notice your yodeling going on. But it's a rather obnoxious ass song that you decide to sing with them.
Willow's gonna compose herself, and
Yeah.
so Nazlith, what school of study are you?
A little bit of everything.
Really? Where'd you go for schooling?
I'm self-taught.
Wow! At a 19, that's quite an accomplishment. So you collect souls?
Not exactly.
Oh, spirits?
No.
I'm not well known in what seems to be necromancy.
Like I said, I dabble all over.
Gotcha. I mean, you hold yourself as if you're very astute, well mannered. Does that just come from practice or study?
What do you mean?
Like, for instance, in most noble households, they provide schooling in manners where you may come to an age and present thyself in a way for escorts, not escorts, I'm fumbling over my words, marriage people? Arranged marriages.
Where I come from, escorts are number one.
Just saying, the way you hold yourself is and the way your mannerisms are, you seem very well educated, whereas most education is expensive.
True, most education is expensive, isn't it?
Right. Deflecting.
She wrote that.
Deflecting question.
But at this point, Budownik is literally face down on the bar with the beer still in hand, by the way.
Yeah, no, wouldn't
Seeing,
mind.
Yeah.
seeing Willow write in her book, a little smiley face is just gonna appear right where she's writing.
Oh shit! Do I see this?
Better draw
Yeah,
that.
you can see it.
Oh,
It's right
shit.
there.
What song is that?
Oh shit!
shit.
Oh,
Fergie. London
Fergie.
Bridge.
Yeah, London. Yeah. Anyway. Wow. So.
That's an old song.
Budownik hears yodeling and just like,
He would recognize my yodel.
yeah, he would.
Wow. Who did this? Did you do that?
That's news
Are
to
you
me.
in mind? I mean, granted, that's not where I would put the smiley face for organizational purposes. But I mean, thank you for writing in my journal.
I don't know what you're talking
I am
about.
totally fine.
Hmm.
With someone else writing in my journal.
It'll disappear after an hour.
It's my personal journal. I didn't write that.
That you read out loud all the time.
I don't know what to do.
With mine?
I love that you put my name in.
I did. Naz. I'm gonna close my journal in fear of more destruction.
In more.
Seeing you a little nervous, another smiley face appears on the front of the cover. Okay,
Yeah.
it'll be gone in an hour.
And Nazlith, as you were tripping out Willow up at the bar with your smiley faces, and Willow's kind of OCD freaking out about how perfect her notebook is. Is there anything else you guys would like to do tonight before going to bed?
Apparently, we got 5 days here. So.
One of you is already at bed, by the way. Just happens to be at the bar.
How much does he weigh?
I'll say I'll carry him.
Not
Yeah.
very much.
He's
Not very much, really.
Like 100.
He's a hobgoblin.
How far away is our
Average
tavern?
person height. You're right upstairs.
Oh,
is
so-
the inn.
yeah, okay.
I'll carry him up.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
I need to take notes.
What'd you write?
I literally
180
can't say
pounds.
anything about my character unless she just inks it down.
She will write it.
I write a lot in my journal.
If it helps Willow as a DM, I love it.
Thank you.
As a DM, I love it. As a player, I'm like, get out of my life.
Big brother.
Let me be.
Um,
I
You're not
write about
playing your
everything.
character, right?
so yes, you guys, after a decent night
You said
of
this day.
after a
That's
decent
not
night of drinking, you guys have a good little time at this bar. It's probably the first good time that you've had on this trip.
I'm not having a good time.
Other than OCD Willow,
5
who's
fucking
kind of
days.
stressing
5
out about her
fucking days.
notebook. Yeah, you guys have learned that now you have to stay here for 5 days, thanks
Can it
to
Bring it
Voltaire.
down a little bit.
No, I was told that it has to be the full 5 days. Look, like I said, you guys can skedaddle. And
You
I can find you
guys-
later.
You guys managed to go upstairs. Voltaire takes Budownik up over his shoulder.
Oh, no,
or like
I
a
would be
baby.
carrying him
Yeah,
like this.
carry him like a baby. And you
His
take
head would
him.
be into my chest.
You
And
take
I
him
will not.
upstairs. You have 3 rooms. Voltaire's the only one who has
Crazy
his
to
own
see,
room.
but you also have curly cues
Um,
on nipples.
Budownik's the only one that has it.
Sorry, boot down. The B names are freaking me out. As a
Big
DM.
name.
Next
Boo.
campaign, you're gonna be Ugg, I'm gonna be Og.
Oh, that is what's gonna happen. We already have our characters' name. We cannot do that. That's a side conversation we'll have at a
Oh,
different
you got
time.
all excited.
I will
I'm.
disown both of you.
I've already built my character for the next campaign.
No,
anyways.
Next campaign's not a thing.
Yeah, not a thing. I'm DM now.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
that's what, next week? Like 2 weeks from now? Like,
Like 18 to 25, somewhere in between. But anyways, you guys go upstairs. You guys go to bed. It's a fairly easy night's rest for you all. Except for Voltaire and Budownik.
Oh, did they? Are they in the same room?
No, we inhaled.
They're in different rooms.
I checked on you guys though.
Yeah.
But throughout your guys' rest, you seem to hear. You don't see anything. There's no visions that come to you. But you do have almost like a. The way I would describe this is your sleep. You don't dream. It is pitch black throughout your whole sleep. But you two do have a voice in your head that keeps coming back to you throughout the night of, I will find
That was nice.
you. You are mine. Slavery is upon you.
Wow, that's heated.
And you just keep hearing this voice over and over again in your sleep. You cannot respond. There's no way for you to communicate this. It's almost like as you are asleep, you're almost trapped in this blackness that keeps voicing to you. At one point, it even seems to name you. Budownik, your mother would be saddened by what you've become. Voltaire, you're not as good as what you think. There's a special place for you here. As it kind of fades out.
Did they hear each other's, or did he just hear his?
They don't. They only hear their own.
Okay.
God, I wish I was
You guys do wake up in the morning.
Do you remember that?
Everybody else, you would clearly remember that. As you wake up in the morning.
I'm going to go pound on their door.
Yep.
And just be like,
Do I notice it?
Oh god.
Everly! We're being attacked!
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go to the, yeah, but we'll wake Emberly up and push her towards the door.
Yeah.
I open the door.
I'm gonna stand behind her.
Are you okay? What's going on? What's
breakfast.
happening?
You. 5 minutes. We'll see you there.
Just me?
Am I
I will
coming?
walk away.
Is it raining?
Alright, so do we go with
It
him?
does sound like quite a rainy day.
It is a slightly rainy day outside this
Does
morning.
he seem
It's
distraught?
picking up actually.
Right.
Can I see, how does he look?
How does who look? Who down it?
Who down it? Who pounded on our door?
Yeah, as you open the door, you see Budownik, his
Yeah.
typical red face, slightly pale, I would say, for what it usually is. He does seem stressed. He's a little bit of sweat on the brow. Outside of that, it's the Budownik you have known for the last couple weeks of travel. But he does look like something's bothering him for sure.
Should we both go down or just me? It looked like he looked right at me and said, breakfast, you, 5 minutes. Should we both go down and see what he says? I mean, I obviously trust him. We've been traveling for a while, but why would he just want to speak to me?
I don't know. I mean, I could go if you want me to. I back up.
We're awake, right?
You guys are all
But
awake.
you're in a different room, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You are in a different
Well,
room
you guys
with
are.
Nazla. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys got
Four
four
rooms.
rooms.
Yeah.
4 rooms, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they were completely separate.
I'll tell you, I listened
You
to the
opted
last
for it,
episode.
and you
I wrote it
denied
down.
it.
Yeah.
I wrote it
3
down.
rooms was specifically stated.
3 rooms.
She
1,
wanted a
2,
4th.
3.
Yes.
He got there before
You
us.
got
and
denied a 4th by your teammate.
No, I think I paid for it.
No,
Maybe
no,
you did.
no,
No, I
because
paid for
he already got there
It was
well
4
before
gold.
us,
Okay.
and
I
so
got-
he
I
paid for
think
3
that- I
rooms.
think
1,
that's- I think
2,
that's
He
right.
paid
They
for-
got the
Oh.
3 and I got the one before
1, 2,
they ever
3.
did anything.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Yeah,
was like,
he got there before
I
us.
walk into the bar,
Yes.
I pay for my room, and then I
No,
pay.
no, your DM doesn't suck. Okay.
I wrote this down.
You were not forced to
Can I
sleep
inside
with the
check
dragon.
Hi. No, but anyways, you guys all wake up. Yeah.
He's a great DM.
Amberly, am I staying?
No, come with me.
Okay, I'm going with my sister.
Yeah, definitely. You run downstairs with your sister. You happen to see Budownik, who's already got a table ready for you guys. It's literally the size of all of you. He seems to already be eating his breakfast. He's got a water there. It's not a beer or anything like that.
I asked for a beer. I didn't ask for a water. I don't know what fucking world you're from. That beer does not translate to a liquid golden substance of alcoholic content, but if you'll bring me one in the next 5 minutes, then I won't chop your fucking head off.
So for the 10th time,
calm down.
we only serve beer after 2 p.m. We cannot serve it before that. That is the
I am Budownik!
city
I am Budownik!
rules. If you get as drunk as you did last night, we will ask you to not stay here another night.
Can we get some fruit for the table?
Calm down, because we apparently need to
I
be
will
here
bring
for
you
5
fruits,
fucking
yes.
days.
5 days.
Give me
We're not staying
5
here
minutes,
for 5
ma'am.
days.
Yeah, I don't want to either, but we
No,
have
we're
to.
not staying here for 5 days. That's just a matter of fact. We have business to attend
We
to.
do.
I have a timeline
I
to
agree
keep.
with you.
I
coming
have
down like right at this
payments
point.
that absolutely
Yeah.
must be made,
Yeah.
and I have expectations that must be met.
I agree.
Understand.
And you
Well,
two,
I don't want to stay here for
Voltaire
5
and
fucking
Naz,
days.
Why are you here?
you both
I asked
walk
for you
down
only.
as this conversation is
I asked for
happening.
You all
Eggs
are
Benedict
free
right
to
there is
leave
for
if
you.
you'd like to.
And we probably will. Why are we staying
Did you
here
guys
for
hear
5
that we're
days?
staying here for another 5 days? Isn't
Okay.
it wonderful?
Stop it.
Willow goes behind Amberly.
Why are we here for 5 days?
Well, because I got a super special enchantment that will save my butts later.
With
On
His
what?
current-
Why are you not wearing your armor?
he had his armor enchanted, so he would not make ridiculous amount of noise, which he has several times when we've traveled together, and he has ruined many of our travels because
It's
of
true,
it.
I'm rather loud.
You had your... How much did you spend?
It was.
I can make you armor for free!
Well, you never
Is
told me
it
that.
sturdy armor?
You
with
know
the-
this! How many times have I made you something?
Not
What
much.
about your wings?
Yes, and it didn't always turn out so great, Mr. Man.
It has always been exceptional
rather be-
craftsmanship. I have never had a complaint about my craftsmanship except from you. I'll remind you, you are the one that left, not me.
Yeah, and I left because you didn't give me a choice. You just put them on without asking.
I could make you armor if you asked for it. All
Right,
you
and
had
then
to
you
do
will
was
attack
ask
like
for
a
it.
fourth and fifth arm.
God
I don't need that.
damn this.
That's
I
right.
will
None-
walk.
Go
God's gone. Like, I
You
don't
have pissed off
understand.
God.
No,
God is like.
I am not the one who has pissed off God. You are the one who has. I cannot.
No, this is
I can't have this
unnatural. You
All of a
conversation
sudden,
right now.
Willow's
I
going
can't-
to throw wind at both your faces. And then you're going to stop. Amberly, continue.
I got you eggs Benedict, red one.
Thank you.
I've got avocado
Why
on it
did
too.
you want to talk to me?
Well, I was gonna ask you about your personal life and things that matter to you, but
Instead, you decided to shout
is
about
there
mine.
lint in my? You put lint in my eye.
Sorry, just a lot of wind. I can't filter yet.
Hey.
I think
Right.
he was trying to ask you on a date, Emily.
What?
Listen.
What?
Right. I know you're young and you don't actually know how the world works, but it wasn't
Oh,
a
I
date.
know how the
It was
world works.
an
Yeah.
interest in a fellow companion at most.
My sister's great.
I believe that. I was interested in finding out more, but I suppose at this
But why
point
were
we'll just...
you only interested in talking to her and not Miss Willow over here?
Have you ever had conversations where people change their opinions based on who's around them? I like to get to know people for exactly who they are.
Was that an insult? If
It's
Chinese
Moving
is-
right along, I will make you armor, but we are not staying here for
I would
5
prefer-
days. Absolutely not. That is out of the question.
Do
We
you
have
have
a
a receipt?
timetable to maintain.
Did they give you a receipt?
I did money up front, at least half of it I did up front.
Do you get a refund? Is there a policy? Is there a
I
return
have a
policy?
feeling they are probably in the thick of working on this thing, so probably not.
Well, if it takes 5 days, technically speaking, and
It
you
will
have
take
one
me
day.
4 hours to create you armor. I know your dimensions, thank you.
What kind of armor could you make me?
Significantly better than what you're wearing.
But would it still be the stealthy? Because that's would be the big problem. And I want to see you making it. I don't want you to do it while I'm asleep or any kind of tricky, sneaky things like that.
But you trusted another person to do it without you seeing?
I have not
They
been
have a
burned by this
history.
other person.
Oh,
These two have a history.
Oh.
It is a long story.
It is not that long of a story. I did exactly what you asked me
You
to,
will-
and you
oh,
left.
no, I
You-
did
I
not-
woke up
no.
in the morning, and every dream, everything we had talked about, every single one of our future plans and everything we built together, gone in an instant. Do you know what that's like?
Were you married?
Do you know what it's like to wake up and see the person that you love is just gone? Do you know how important you are to me? I looked for you for weeks. For weeks. And you know what I found? I found you alone and happy. So you know what? I got over you. I got stronger. And I lived my own life. And you show up with her. You have the gall to show up with her in my life again after I have moved along. And you try to tell me that I'm the one that's fucked up here. I'm the one that's selfish.
This is why it would never work.
No, I don't.
I don't
won't
get to have
another-
even just
I-
work. You just
I
yell
have
over everything.
spent so many days.
You ask if I know what
Getting
it's like.
over you.
Yes, I
And
know what it's like.
I just can't believe this. And I walk
broke
away.
up, distraught.
Yes, I know what it's like because you
I'm
took
gone.
it off from me.
I'm gone. Dude. I'm gone. I'm gone.
As
I'm
you
gone.
say that, Voltaire Budownik is walking away from you. Where are you going, Budownik?
I'm going to my room to start working on his fucking armor.
Yeah, and you watch him go
I did not know you
upstairs.
had a thing for hobgoblins.
Yes, yeah. So, when did this start? How what happened?
I'm not
broke up?
really taking questions at this time. Please ask
At
again
this
later.
time.
Little Voltaire had secrets.
Yeah, what's happening?
What's going on?
What just happened?
There are more pressing matters at hand than Mr. Budinik. He's just.
We're
Yeah,
traveling
to
together.
get your fucking money back. So we are stuck here for 5 fucking days.
You don't
Go see what
understand
you
why I
can do.
don't trust him to do things for me. Remember when he did the things for you and I was like, be careful? Yeah, there's a reason for that.
But he did it so lovely, and now I'm good. I'm great now.
Then I guess he has a little more respect for you than he did for me.
Well, it seems like you fucked him over, so I
Well,
get
it
it.
seems like
I
he's
did
hurt.
no fucking over. Are you kidding me?
He's hurt. He's distraught. Have you guys talked it out?
Have you spent even 30 seconds with this asshole?
We spent 2 weeks so far.
Right, so you know what he's like.
Did you turn him into this asshole? Or was he always like
Did
this?
you turn him? Did you break his heart?
No, I did not such a thing. He broke my heart.
What happened?
Oh my god.
Do you have a hard time mending relationship? Do you need a mediator?
Do you want the truth?
Yes.
Come on, man.
Okay, the truth is,
Okay.
him and I used to work together as heroes. He was training me, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing led to another. And
Oh. Okay, that's how it
Yeah.
always starts.
Sure, of course. I got pretty badly injured,
Ooh.
and he helped me. And then he did a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
These wings, they're not some special gift that I was given for doing some great deed.
Right, your tattered wings.
Right.
Yeah.
He installed them on me as I was asleep. Or as I was knocked out.
With no consent?
No consent.
Oh, God.
So he accuses me of taking the love away when he did that himself. Yes, I had to leave. I couldn't trust him anymore.
Yep, that would get it.
These wings are a symbol of nothing. They do not mean I have done anything great for my own self. These are tattered remnants of failure.
Well, maybe he did it because he loved you.
That is the messed up reasoning he would tell you.
Body modification without consent is not appropriate.
Right. So there's
And
definitely
no, I
some
did not change him. He has been this
apologizing.
hobgoblin asshole the entire time.
Well-
But there was a little part of him that was charming, I'll admit. And there's more underneath the surface, I'm sure, but I...
So what would it take for you to make that connection again?
Look, this is getting a little ridiculous. Can we just move on? I have other pressing news, more pressing news that is current and threatening to us. Or, well, maybe more specifically to me, but since I'm with you, ipso facto.
Right.
Ipso facto. You stupid.
So
Facto, I'm your boss.
it
white.
seems
I'm white.
that we need to go get a refund
Yes.
No, I don't think that is. You're not seeming to understand. I don't want him to do more things to me. I would rather pay the
What was it
money.
last week?
Yes, last week, even then you were an asshole. Are you back? Is he
No.
back?
That was
I've got words!
He comes around the corner.
That was Michael.
You didn't say that last week. Go ahead.
I would rather.
Downstairs.
Money is less concerning to me than my own peace of mind, I suppose. I would rather trust a stranger to do something for me than legally.
Would you be interested in speaking with the shop owner of the Piggly Wiggly, or what was it called?
I'm getting the sense that
Curly
you don't
Whirly.
care so
Curly
much.
Whirly?
Curly
I'm
Q.
getting the sense that you don't care so much about me as you do about saving the 5 days.
No,
Which is why
I
I
care
had
about
said
you quite
you
a bit,
guys can
actually.
go on by yourself, and I will catch up with you. No problem.
He is really uncomfortable with having the Dominic make him items right now, just given their nature. That's really the point of this. Is he doesn't want to feel like he owes him anything.
Well,
Or
we'll
I
make
don't
this
want
a
him to take
safe
any more
area for
liberties.
you to allow you to feel the need to provide us with information. I think, though, that you should talk to the shop owner at the Curly Q and see if we can escalate the process of your.
How about this? Next time we all decide to split up, remind me to cast my telepathic abilities, and then we can ping each other. But you have to remind me because I'm just used to traveling with this guy, so I don't always think of it.
Noted. Can do telepathic shit.
You jot down your book. Can do telepathic shit.
She's got this beautiful notebook
Naz
that is
lip.
super organized.
Yeah.
Telepathic shit.
Is the smiley face still
The
on there?
smiley faces would be gone by
Oh,
now.
thank God.
Yes.
Okay. That's why I'm working on the troll.
But now you have an empty space where you are working around the smiley face.
Oh.
Because you thought
Yeah.
it was not gonna happen.
I will tell you your OCD. You have a moment of like, and then you go back to being fine.
I'll draw a picture. That is what I want.
Is there anything else you guys are doing in the
Yes,
tavern this morning?
So, anyways, before all this silliness happened, he's over it. Like, oh, sure, I react that much when I'm over things too. Anyways, so last night, the fungal creature that we fought, he contacted me, or she, or
I'm sorry. Did what?
it.
What'd you say?
I had the dream, but it wasn't a dream. It was real.
Hallucinogen was in play?
Perhaps. I mean, it is made of the fungi, so perhaps. But it threatened me. It told me that it was coming for me and that it had a nice little place in its hearth.
Why do you think you were able to hear it?
During the fight, we were Budanik, I believe, as well.
You would not know.
That he was contacted.
You wouldn't know.
We were next to each other when it happened, though.
You guys were both asleep when it happened. This would have been when you brought Budownik to
Didn't
his
wasn't it because we were poisoned though? I thought we were.
You would not know that anyone but you had this dream.
But when we were fighting, we both got infected at the same time, right?
You would know that he was also infected.
Right.
Yes.
That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
Yes. So, Budanik and I were fighting, and we both got infected by the poison. I don't know if he saw anything himself.
You've been poisoned.
It's not quite the poison. I don't know exactly what it is. I thought we had saved it from it, but apparently not. The thing is still in my head, apparently.
Would you mind if I examine you?
You're not going to attach any weird appendages.
I
are
would
you?
never. I don't have the skill set.
Oh, but if you did have the skill set, then maybe you
That's
would.
not what she means, Voltaire.
really.
She talks in strange ways. Just disregard that comment.
Yes, sure. You
May I
seem...
examine you?
Yes, you may.
I would need you to drop your trousers at some point.
No problem.
Okay.
The glittery ass.
Voltaire right now has never looked more fine in his whole fucking life.
Okay. So I guess we'll go in his room and I will just examine his body thoroughly, looking for anything that may some type of injury, some type of weird spot, some type of...
Roll an investigation check for me.
Can I do a medicine check as a dog?
I will give you medicine or investigation, whichever you choose. And you get advantage.
That's going to be 19 on medicine.
19 on medicine.
Because I'm looking for any bodily, like around the ears, anything like
So
that.
you won't notice any kind of you won't notice any scars or piercing marks or anything like that. What you will notice with a 19 is that he seems to be swollen in a couple places.
Okay.
For the Voltaire that you've seen for the last couple.
Very swollen in a couple places, that's for sure.
Not his penis.
I find
It's
not
going
attractive.
to
Earthy.
specifically, it's going to be his neck.
Glands?
Yeah, you would assume that it's his glands
I am
that
immune
are
to
swollen
disease.
at this point. I know.
Okay.
Trust me. Your boy knows.
I'm going to touch him. Are they tender? Are they tender?
As you kind of feel them, Voltaire doesn't really have a remark for you as far as like tenderness goes. They're
Is
not
his throat a certain color, different from...
not different color.
Okay.
You would just notice that he's got like these glands underneath his jaw that are kind of swollen.
As Dragonborn.
His hands look a bit swollen too. If you were to very closely
Are they
look at his
discolored?
hands, no discolorment.
How's your normal circulation?
And his feet would
Let me
also
check.
look swollen.
Is he pregnant?
Circulating well.
Oh my god. Okay.
I would say Voltaire, you feel fine.
Are Dragonborns warm or cold-blooded?
What is your
Don't
dragon...
make me homebrew that,
What
please.
is, what is your descendant?
Warm?
Yeah,
They're
they're not
human.
reptiles. They're
Pardon?
What
I
is
mean,
your descendant?
dragonborn.
Like
Dragons are
my father and my mother?
Like
fire,
lightning-esque
but
DNA?
Yes, I am lightning, and I will
Lightning.
like... zzz.
Ah!
I didn't touch you.
Oh, okay.
Just like... zzz.
You do the pull my finger trick or the hello. You shake hands and you kiss
I'm
them
just
all.
kidding. Just kidding.
I know.
You didn't
We'll
hear
write
it.
it
That's
down,
not-
but
no,
I
don't
love
write
it.
it down.
I
Don't
love
write
it.
it
I'm not
down.
writing it down, but I love it. It's in my head forever now.
And we will say that.
Okay.
Do you have any more questions?
No, that's pretty much it.
Anyone else? As you're sitting at the
I'm
bar this morning.
frustratedly,
You're upstairs.
crankily.
You're upstairs doing your thing. The other four are going to be downstairs at the bar as you guys communicate with each other.
Did he tell me that Budautic also was infected?
He did. He
doesn't
told you
know.
that he
He
would.
was in the proximity of me.
He-
Okay, so did he tell me that?
Yes.
He
Yeah.
would have told you
Okay.
that, hey, I know that Budaunik was also feeling these symptoms when we were in fight. I don't know if he felt those out of fight type of thing, you know what I mean? So you have a clue to ask Budaunik about it, but you're not quite sure if Budaunik had these
So after leaving,
same dreams.
after leaving him and washing my hands, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can go knock on Budaunik's room.
Yep, and you guys have this
I'll
very
go with
long.
Yeah, come back up,
Yeah,
please.
definitely
Come
divine
back
twins.
up, thank you.
And as you four have this conversation down at the bar, and Budaunik is upstairs doing God knows what, you two, the Divine Twins, Emberly and Willow, as you guys walk upstairs and you go to knock on Budaunik's door, thud, 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 we will pick up there after halftime. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to take about 5 to 10 minute
Let me jump
break.
in on
Give
this.
us some time so we can pee and drink and do our thing. Although we've all drinking a little too much lately. But that's okay. We're going to drink a little more. Do your thing. We will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to the guild. The world of Ethway and its 16 regions are a battlefield of chaos. Those that can bring stabilization to this world are known as heroes. The ones fighting for this title today are Voltaire, a true adventurer with a love for combat, looking to help where he can. Nazlith, a shy elf with an affinity for fortune and magic. Budanik, the master artificer. He has two passions, tinkering and being the best. And finally, Willow and Emberly, the divine twins. These Genasi sisters have mastered the art of elemental fighting and protect their kingdom at all costs. Together, this is a powerful group. Will they fight the chaos of Ethway and prevail, or fall one by one? Find out this week on The Woodness Guild.
So welcome back to the Witness Guild. Where we left off, you guys have entered the city of, I forget every freaking time.
Solsticaria?
It's something Senticio.
Oh my gosh.
Senticio.
Senticio.
I'm the guy who doesn't take notes.
You guys are in the city of Senticio. As you guys have all done your own daily routines, trying to get information, trying to purchase some things, Voltaire managed to drop off his armor for a 5-day
Which we're not staying for.
magical imbuement. You all have been in the bar for the morning, or the tavern, I should say. And as you guys are there having this conversation, Budownik frustratedly gets up, goes upstairs, and begins working on his craft. The other 4 of you are still sitting at the table.
Well, we checked. We did a
They
medical
went upstairs
check
and they were knocking
on
on
him.
his door.
Oh yes, the other 4 were sitting at the table. You guys had a little bit of a conversation between you 4. And as we left off, Emberly and Willow went upstairs and knocked on Budownik's door.
I am standing behind Emberly, kind of hiding.
Okay.
standing behind myself.
She might be able to do that.
I am getting in my own way.
Emberly, as you are there knocking on the door, what is happening?
Come in.
I go in.
Yeah, you open the door. When you open the door, you see a room very similar to yours. The only difference is that as opposed to your guys' very clean room that you guys have no luggage in, essentially, you've kept very spotless. Budownik has literally set up a couple tables in his room. There are scattered items all over the place. He looks like he has been working hard for hours. There are hammers. There's a bunch of tools out. Each table has its own. There's a system, I should say, to his room that you guys don't quite understand as you first walk
Well,
in. But you would notice that there is a lot of shit in this room on tables.
Willow telepathically to wait
Because we're
outside.
telepathic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask her, should I put my ear to the window, to the door?
No, if I need to tell you anything, I'll tell you telepathically. If anything.
I'm gonna tell her, okay, well wait, if you get a moment, can you look at his hands and neck and let me know if they're swollen?
Yes.
When you get that information telepathically, as the divine twins can communicate with each other telepathically, you walk in. Roll a perception check for me, or an investigation. I'll leave that up to you, whichever one is beneficial to you. You can roll.
15.
15. With a 15, you see that he is a little bit swollen. It's hard. You don't really recall what he looked like the previous day. Although he's a fairly new person to you, you have been with him for a couple of weeks at this point with a long travel. You would notice that you can't tell on the hands and feet piece of it, but his neck does look slightly swollen to you as you walk in Emberly. You are now facing Budownik, who's sitting at one of those tables, really working hard on a piece of metal.
His neck looks a little swollen, but his hands, it's kind of hard to tell.
Okay, while you're talking with him, see if he has any discomfort while he's talking.
Okay.
What do you want?
I just wanted to see if you're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
That was a lot of information you spewed out.
You spewed out very delicate.
It doesn't seem like you're fine. Do you need to talk?
No. It's just, some old wounds, you know? Just some stuff I kind of buried down, and, I'll be alright.
Yeah. I understand that. We all have our past here, and we're all going through a lot. Just know that you're not alone.
No, certainly not alone. But what about you? I didn't intend for that to happen, but you know it did. So maybe I don't know. You and your sister, what's your guys' deal? I'm also at this point studiously working on a set of enhanced armor for that young fellow over there.
Definitely.
While him and I are talking, I'm like just giving her just bits and pieces. Of
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm
fine.
Cool.
Definitely.
Yes, solid sister.
And she's
Outside the room, just taking
Frantically.
notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean, my deal?
Oh, like, you two are twins, but you don't look alike.
Yeah, our father is a fire and our mother is wind. And, it just so happened our mother got pregnant with twins and one of us...
So it's not
I'm-
like super fecundation where your mom was like an absolute, like... you know, like I'm not trying to be insulting, but she wasn't an absolute slut, and she wasn't like, you know, banging multiple dudes at the same time, got pregnant from 2 different men.
I scoff.
Did you hear that?
No. No, actually, she was with the same man. My father, who
I'm just
I
saying,
haven't really met.
you know, there's like, you know, sometimes those people who like come from like weird backgrounds and become super religious later on in life.
Yeah, no, we're not religious.
So you're not religious, but you're a cleric?
We were raised in a temple
Temple familiar.
of familiar,
What was it?
but I wouldn't call it religious.
Spiritual.
It was, yes, more spiritual. And just more like, just more friendships than anything. Just a community of friendships and just a bunch of really odds and ends of people go there if they don't really have a home.
So that was your home. But I've heard say that you two are vagabonds of sorts, traveling around.
Yeah. We are looking for our father. I mean, he knew us, but we didn't know him because we were so young. Did we?
I don't think he knew about us. Did he not? No. He didn't.
Who did you whisper into?
This is in their head.
Yeah.
You look confused.
No,
Are
this
you
is
alright?
off stage.
we don't know if he knows about us.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
My father may or may not know about us.
right, that's a pretty obtuse answer.
So,
Do you have any other details about your father that...
yes. So, I have this bracer. My sister has a bracer. And he supposedly has the matching ones. They look just like this. We got these bracers from a man who saved us from being killed.
Does your father have 4 arms?
They're a matching set.
No.
They're a matching set that he gave to our mother.
They are a matching set that he gave to our mother.
So there's 2 sets of matching bracers that your father owns one of each. So your father is the one that looks fucked up here.
No, he has a pair of bracers, and we have our mother's pair of bracers.
Right, that makes a little bit more
So there's 4 bracers.
Okay,
Why
right.
is it so hard for
And
me to
you-
understand this?
Okay, right.
I'm outside the door.
And so
I'm not the best.
you...
No, you're good. You're good. I'm talking
You
about
are looking for friendship, or I don't take this the wrong way, companionship? You're looking for your father? You're looking for a community? What is it that you and your sister are so interested in finding?
Well,
Like, what would you say to your father if you met him right now? If I was your father, what would you say? You don't
well,
have to
I
tell me
would
that.
tell him that the woman that he loved so dearly, our mother, is now dead. And I would just like to know the man he is today and where we're from.
And what if he's dead? Then what?
I would come to terms with it, but I'd be a little upset that I never got to meet my father.
I never got to meet my father. It's not that
Also-
bad, really.
You've never met him before?
No, I'm 55 years old, and frankly, I don't feel any worse for the wear. It's not so bad. If you don't find what it is you're looking for, perhaps maybe you're looking in the wrong place, or putting your value in the wrong place.
Yeah.
I worry about you two. The other two, they seem fine and dandy on their own.
Why are you worried?
Well, it's not very often to meet somebody of the same skin tone as us. And I just want to look out for those of a similar background. We'll go and
Ask him
train.
about his mother.
So you've never met your father?
You're both red-skinned.
Yeah. Well, she's a fire genasi redskin.
Okay, Matthew's looking at me like,
I
whoa.
was laughing at the dog noises.
Oh, okay.
Bandit juggler, huffing and puffing.
There are
Yeah.
people getting hot and heavy in the room over.
Yeah, you're the room next door just like going at it right now.
So
you
you've
guys are having this
never-
conversation.
Zippy.
Yeah.
You've never met your father. What about your mother?
Maybe another team. Did you eat your breakfast? I paid for it. I hope you ate it
I did.
very
It
well.
was really good. Thank you so much.
Yep. I believe I'm done here with this. This is breastplate armor. I believe it should fit, but I don't think that he'll accept it from me. The Dragonborn downstairs, the blue one, red wingtips, slightly handsome face, but a little bit of distraughtless underneath. I believe
Same guy
he
you've been traveling
should.
with for 2 weeks.
He should be, at last I remember. These options.
Is it quiet?
Much quieter than what he's wearing, that's for sure.
I know what he's worried about. It's the quietness.
Seems to be all that he's worried about. But we endure, don't we? Take this, if you would. Give it to the Dragonborn.
Pretty Zoe.
And I will. I'll meet you at the self-detonating carriage in 20 minutes.
Okay.
Very well. And I will
Good talk.
shoot her out the door.
I tell her to walk away from the door.
Oh, I walk away from the door.
Yeah, you walk away before
Cool,
before
yeah,
she exits. She ends up meeting you in the hallway, and as you guys go downstairs, meet up with the rest of the party. Budownik, you are pretty much right behind them. I would say give 30 minutes.
Yeah, I would wait respectfully so as to not look like we just had sex.
Right. And as you kind of sit there and wait, wow, my laptop.
You realize how quiet it is.
Yeah.
Our
big
father
Who are
I've been.
may have never
does not?
heard of us.
Yeah. Well, she left to go out.
Yeah.
Yes, as you guys go downstairs, and you meet up with the rest of the group, it takes Budownik a little while to get up behind you guys. In between Budownik coming down and you guys going down, I would say that you four are sitting at a table when the guard that you guys talked to at the very beginning when you entered the
Damn.
What was his
the
name?
his name was Frederick.
Frederick.
As you guys are sitting there, Frederick, the guard of this town, walks in. Senticio is the town's name. He walks in.
You'll get it eventually.
Yeah, you four. Where's your buddy? You said you guys were looking like you guys are like
Fungus collectors.
looking for fungus. Yeah.
He does not like to be called a buddy. It's Buddha name.
Yeah. Will you get him? We need to have a conversation.
Are we in trouble?
No. As a matter of fact, we kind of need your help.
With the what?
Is there a location you would like us to meet you at?
Yeah, the town hall would be great. In about,
Big
he
location.
kind of like looks up at the wall and is like, "Fuck, they don't have a clock." If you guys could just get there like as soon as you could, town hall. It's gonna be, it's a couple hundred feet away. Almost dead center. Before you get to the docks and whatnot, it's
Okay.
going to be the biggest stone building
We probably
you guys
saw it,
find.
right?
You guys know where it is.
Okay.
If you could meet us there in like 20, 30 minutes, that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the table and grab an apple because I'm assuming our fruit is now at the table.
Yeah. Duarte. When you get there, ask for Duarte. They want to talk to you
Duarte?
about some fungal situations. Being that you guys are fungi scientists.
Yep, such fungus scientists. It's
Looking
crazy.
for shit. They just have some questions for you.
Luckily, he don't have a single
Voltaire,
druid among
here
us.
is some armor from.
Let me take a wild guess. You found this in the dumpster out back.
No, I was gonna tell you the truth.
No, it's keeping that for you.
Budanic made this for you.
I
Take
assume.
it, do what you want with it. I told him I'd deliver it to you, so I give it to you.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna sniff it.
Yes!
You investigate the armor. You
I'll be
kind
a
of look
fan.
at it. It tastes like very fresh metal.
Did you just cross your eyes?
I love that. That was good.
Um,
I love that.
So
here for
great.
As
It's the
you-
As he licks it, I want to flavor it at the end to taste like berries.
As you put it on, it is not. It's not a +1 or +2.
Well, does he
armor.
put
It actually
Do you
is plus
Do you
2
put it
armor.
Is it +2?
Yeah, it's plus 2 breastplate.
Shame on me.
Ooh, you made me like, you know what?
You will now have a +2 breastplate. That is.
Is that better than what you have?
Well,
If you
before
accept
we
it.
do this, Voltaire, I'm gonna have Budownik roll
What?
an intelligence check from you. At advantage. This is your gist. I'm just curious if I'm going to give you the +2 or not. That's what this roll's for.
Intelligence?
You need a beer?
Intelligence.
No less than.
At advantage.
29.
Ha!
+3?
No.
+3.
+3, my lord.
But you do end up getting a very nice +2 armor that seems to be, as you kind of play with it, created in a way that is fairly silent.
Fairly.
Oh, breastplate does not impose disadvantage. It's a whole different type. It's not chainmail. It is breastplate, and it is.
Yeah, that.
Voltaire, do you feel comfortable using this item?
You could take it as a gesture of trying to build that bridge. One brick at a time. Or wood. Whatever you prefer.
How are you gonna justify this in Voltaire's mind?
I know, yeah. Go
Where-
ahead. How are you gonna, yeah. Whew, +2. Breastplate.
Voltaire, as you're
This is
looking
great.
at the breastplate, roll a perception or investigation check.
I think you might have a negative on this.
Oh, shit.
2.
Yep, he does.
Oh, God.
It looks beautiful. This is one of the better breastplates you've ever seen in your life. You know it's quiet. You know it is perfect. It's great. Fantastic breastplate. For the rest of you looking at this breastplate, as you look at it, it looks like a nicely, finely crafted breastplate. There's just a very...
Oh shit.
For lack of a better term, someone drew a penis on the front of this breastplate. Voltaire doesn't notice this.
I telepathically ask Emberly, should we
Do
tell
I
her?
notice it as well?
No.
Nazlith, I would say that everybody notices this outside of Voltaire.
I look
There's
at
a very
Nazlith.
phallic symbol on the
Intensely.
front of this breastplate. But it's to Voltaire, best breastplate you've ever fucking seen in your whole damn life, Voltaire.
As he's looking at
It
it, I'm gonna
is
look at Nazlith and be like,
Amazing. It is going to be perfectly silent. It's exactly what you wanted. It's a +2 breastplate. You're never going to make noise with this. It's going to raise your armor class higher than it's ever been in your whole life. Not only that,
No.
I know. Not only that, you can now move freely without somebody hearing.
he rolled a
you.
2.
Like,
So
as
yes,
you're
he
kind of
does
like,
believe that.
as you're kind of like in it as you put it on, it's like, it's perfect.
You don't want it.
Well, I suppose for now we'll have to do until I can get my other armor.
We can make up Drac.
Is he here?
Alright, fuckheads, it's
Is
about
he here?
time that we be going.
Hold on. Is he
10
here?
more minutes. No, I'm
He
coming
walks
down the
down.
stairs right now. I
He
don't know
walks
what else
down.
you
I
need.
would say about 5 minutes after the guard who spoke to you guys, Frederick, left and said he's going to meet you guys at the town hall in about an hour.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to Boudinic. Boudinic, I know that this is probably some of the finest things that you have ever made me. And I especially love the embroidery of the...
No, you mean
It's just wonderful.
Filigree.
The filigree? Phallicry, I think.
It's the filigree.
Yeah, to Boudownic, it literally looks like
Great.
Boudownic as you stare at it on your chest, kind of upside
My
down.
name's Voltaire.
Voltaire. As you stare, Jesus Christ.
Okay, now you're coming.
As you
Yeah.
stare at this
Multiple
armor
times.
that Boudownic made for you, and you're kind of looking down at it, it almost looks like your head, but upside down. You know what I mean? That
Your
like you it has the point of
Has
your
a
of your schnoz in your mouth as a
Tooth
dragonborn.
and maw.
On the backside, it almost has like a perfect like dragonborn-esque like neck, and it just kind of goes down a little bit.
Your glands are really swollen.
I would say that is what Voltaire sees when looking at this armor. Is you see, this is Voltaire armor.
Aww.
Where everyone else sees a very phallic symbol that is very reminiscent of a ball and penis. Balls and penis.
A ball.
It's a singular ball. You know,
It's
in a
okay,
way.
cancer's a serious problem.
Okay, that detail was between Mike and I. How did you figure that out?
Yeah. But Voltaire does not see this. He sees a Voltaire face. It looks good.
Alright, hothead. Are we ready to go?
Yep.
Let's go.
Oh,
Wait,
we have a
actually,
meeting.
no, we're not. We're not leaving yet. They called us to the town square. It sounds as if there is some sort of emergency.
Well, they did ask for someone asked about a fungi concern, and I don't know how much
Fungi
of the
concern.
fungi we know about.
And they did ask for you specifically.
Right, that's nothing new. Let's
Should-
be perfectly honest.
Should we make a
I am
run?
requested everywhere I go. We have our orders. I don't understand why we would deviate from those
And
orders.
we really don't know much about fungi.
And we really don't know jack shit about fungi.
The problem is that the reason I'm very interested in is because last night that creature reached out to my brains and said, "Oh, I'm gonna get you," and I don't like that. I don't want to be gotten by the fungi.
Alright, let's go.
Or we could just go and leave this town now.
Let's at least hear what they have to say, and then, you said it reached out to you.
Yes, in my dreams it was very menacing. It told me it was going to be like, "Hey, we're going to be bad buddies soon."
Right, and it like said that like you're a slave, and it called you by your name, I'm sure.
How did you know?
Very intuitive, that's all I can say.
You had the dream too, didn't you?
No, I did not.
We were both attacked
go
by it
ahead
at the same
and,
time. See, I told you.
I walk out the bar towards
Can I
town hall.
insight
wherever
check
I
him?
You
fucking-
can insight check. You can roll a deception.
Can I go and like look at his neck,
Who's?
Boudownic's?
Yeah, roll a perception.
I want to see. I want to see since I've seen his neck. I want to see if it's similar.
14.
False life dice, 21.
Wow.
You don't get the hint that Voltaire's lying to you.
His name is Boudownic.
Boudownic.
Oh my
Jesus.
god!
Wow.
I think we're named
I've now mixed both.
You
of
guys
them.
remember way back in campaign 1 when we kept fucking up your gender?
Yeah.
This
That's
is-
now Boudownic and
What do
Voltaire.
you mean way back? You mean like 2 fucking weeks ago?
Yeah.
Well,
3.
Literally on the last
It was
night.
4
It was
weeks.
4.
ago,
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Literally on the last night, Chris still fucked up.
I did. She was
You
my
had
bad partner.
You had done well for most of it too. It was that last
did, it was
night.
just
Dude, it was the last night that you really back to the story.
But yeah, you don't, Voltaire. You don't quite. You believe Boudownic as he tells you this.
20.
Yeah, you would notice that both Boudownic and Voltaire seem to be a little bit inflamed in their hands and their feet and their neck areas. A little concerning, but it's not like it's almost like an allergy type of situation where it's like maybe that's normal. I don't know. But that's I'll leave that to your discretion.
But anyways, I figured it wasn't good to have this monkey hanging on our backs the whole time as we tried to leave. So I think we should at least go and hear him out. He did mention it was about a fungal problem.
Okay. Well, may I touch you?
Again? I understand. Yes,
Yeah,
it
yes.
is okay.
Yes. I go and I touch the sides of his temples and I rub them and I say unveil and I do protection from poison. And if it is poisoned, I neutralize the poison. And afflicts the target.
You attempt to, as you grab Voltaire's head with your hand, you do your little cleric prayer in an attempt to dispel the poison that is in his body.
Does he look any different in the glandal area?
Glandal.
I don't know.
Glandular.
Glandular, thank you.
I would
I'm
say
a
that
doctor.
you do not.
You can trust me, I'm a doctor.
You get the sense as you kind of cast this
fascinating.
spell
Mhm.
into Voltaire that this is not poison.
Okay, good to know.
This
It's
is
not a
some-
poison and it's not a disease. What the fuck is it?
It's a curse.
You don't know.
Don't
But
mind.
yeah, it is not a poison.
Okay.
And nothing seems to happen to him
Okay.
as you kind of are rubbing his neck and looking at him almost intimately.
Okay.
So, what did you find?
You're not poisoned, but can
Yeah,
I
I
try
tried to
something
end the
else?
poison on myself as well too, and I knew it wasn't poison, and I cannot beat the disease, so I'm trying to figure out what this might be.
Right. Can I try one more thing?
Certainly.
Can you open your mouth?
Blah.
And I'm gonna take my finger and on the roof of his mouth, drag it
Oh, ouchie.
into.
It is okay. I don't have the gag reflex.
I do
I
lesser
know.
restoration. Now, for the rest of the campaign, anytime I do lesser restoration, I will now stick my fingers in your mouth.
It's okay.
And I can end a disease or one condition afflicting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. Or whatever condition afflicting it. Lesser restoration.
As you do this, and you stick your finger into the
It's
large maw of Voltaire, and you give the roof of his mouth a pretty good scrape, and you cast Lester Restoration on him.
Lester.
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 Lester's are
A guy named Lester comes out and punches you. Just kidding.
You restored my Lester. What is wrong with you?
Thank you, Lester.
My name is Lester.
I get to punch you in the maw.
Oh, I have like an alien appendage. It comes
Right.
out.
Yeah.
That's Lester.
It's Lester.
Yeah, as you attempt
Alien
Lesser
predator.
Restoration.
That is now from how on how I'm going to cast my lightning breath.
Done.
I am Lester.
You get the sensation that Lesser Restoration.
Oh my
as
God.
I try to correct myself.
It's okay.
I don't.
It's okay.
Lester.
Yeah, Lester Restoration. Lesser Restoration. You get the hint that this is probably not a powerful enough spell to rid Voltaire of what is
Okay.
currently happening to him. You might need something,
A little
greater, as they say.
Restore yourself to the greater self.
But
Got it.
yes.
That is all I will conduct on you this evening, or this morning, or this day.
It's still morning. You guys are still in the tavern. I lost my pen.
I'm going to try cleansing touch on myself. And cleansing touch, you need an action to end one spell on yourself or on one willing creature. You can do that 3 times for long rest.
One spell.
One spell.
Yeah, you cleansing touch yourself, and as you guys are all now trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with Voltaire, and how can we fix it? Voltaire casts
Toss on my pen.
Cleansing touch.
cleanse self
God
on
damn it.
yourself.
You knew
And
that the
as
whole
you
time.
you do feel a little better, I would say. However, it is not helping what is currently afflicting you.
Is his gland still swollen?
They are.
So what did you do? What was that?
Cleansing touch, I ended a spell on myself.
God damn it. we're at this point we're just experimenting on the human body. At this point.
You guys are essentially experimenting on the dragon
Maybe if we rip the
body,
wings off.
if you will.
Good to his ass.
I think it's the best time we head to the town hall. They said 20 to 30 minutes.
I am headed towards town hall after getting
Are
that
you-
information.
Who's the
I
best
will
at
kick
talking?
open the doors
No,
and
no.
like start signing
No.
people, like people, not autographs. Like I will sign people as I walk through.
Yeah, so as you guys walk up, you guys leave the tavern you're in. You begin walking towards the docks. As you guys get right before you get to the
As we're walking, I'm gonna put a hand on his new breastplate and use fabricate to put a never mind to put a lightning bolt. I'm gonna change a penis into a lightning bolt symbol on his
Just
chest.
for an hour?
Nope, it's permanent.
easy
Nice.
enough. Easy enough.
Well,
The,
why did you do that? It was the shape of the me, the Voltaire face.
Voltaire, this looks much better. I promise you.
What do you ladies think?
Looks
That
great.
looks better.
Looks better?
Yeah.
Do you not like my face?
Your face is right here, Voltaire. It's already charming
But
enough.
what
on
is
its own.
better than one face than two faces?
It was
This
a
is
little-
a better
just a
It was
little off.
Yeah, it was distracting.
Very distracting.
Your eyes really bring in the piece, and it was just kind of like, oh, look at his chest, and then people were gonna stare at your chest all the time, and that's.
Nick, how do you feel about these? I thought
I'm
it
at
was-
town hall.
What?
Well, we're following.
you guys are all they're following.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think the magic incantation that I put on that is actually dispelled at this point, but what do I know? I'm just a tinkerer.
Well, now you have a lightning bolt there, so.
Wait, what was the spell?
Yeah, you would not have noticed Voltaire, but as you guys are walking, that face of
Did it
yours
lose its
would have
effectiveness?
eventually went away.
No, it was-
About the
No,
time that
stop it.
Nazlith would have casted her spell on you
Oh.
and created that lightning bolt. From Voltaire's perspective, Voltaire's face, again, it was a penis, but Voltaire thought it was his face,
Right.
has disappeared, and now you have a lightning bolt in your chest. In your beautiful new armor, by the way. It is like impeccably made. You guys are all following Budownik, who, as you guys go into the merchant side of town, the eastern side of town, I'm sorry, that is up against the sea, the buildings again begin to. It is essentially the very first building that is stone that you guys see is probably an 80-foot by 80-foot cube of a building. It is very large. It's the biggest building in this city. This would be the town hall.
Right,
Budownik.
that's some lazy craftsmanship, some lazy architecture, if I do say so myself, right?
Right, yeah, it's lame.
Nope. Right. Moving right along.
As you guys
I'm
walk
trying to relate to him.
up to this, as you guys walk up to this very square and average building, Budownik in front of all of you, he kicks open the doors and walks in. I would assume you four walk in after him.
Yeah, I tell Budownik, we're looking for Duarte.
That's correct.
Duarte.
You would know that with your keen mind.
Right.
I do. I wrote it down. I just know how to say it out loud.
You got it.
And
Get the
as-
little accent over the E.
Yeah.
Duarte.
Duarte. And as you guys enter
Duarte.
the town hall, you would be greeted with kind of a small conglomerate of people. I would say there's probably about 10 of them total. As Budownik kicks the door open, these are the first people you happen to see. They're sitting at a very large table in the back of the room, having some form of conversation. You don't quite know what the conversation's about as you guys enter. But Budownik, as you enter, what are you doing?
I'm completely disinterested in this conversation, and I will grab the first arm that I see, sign my name, Budownik, son of Petzarovsky, and move to the next one, Budownik, son of Petzarovsky, and to the next one, son of
We're here to see Duarte.
And as you sign
I'm gonna
the
bow.
first arm, You will notice that it is a very old lady who looks
got
at
such
you. You get about halfway through your signature before she pulls her arm back and
I'm
looks at you.
incredibly strong. I will.
So strength check.
You're more than welcome to roll a strength
No, I
check
won't.
if you
If
would
she
like
doesn't, I'm
to
not going to
try
force my
to
signature upon
really
people who
force
don't
your
actually
signature.
want
But as she pulls back,
Better keep that even halfway. It's worth money.
I don't know where you're from, but is it?
I'm actually
how
from
this
Sea
works.
Gatling. How's it going? Good
You're-
Alexander Hadzarowski.
Yeah, Sharon?
It's very nice to meet you, Sharon.
Yeah.
Actually, if you don't mind, could you move right along? There are other people who are waiting for my signature.
We need to talk to you, actually.
You
It's
know,
not
I
about...
don't do meet and greets. It's not
Dominic.
my cup of tea. Hold on, little lady. It's not my cup of tea. I don't like to interact with the media too
And do
much.
you
And it's
know,
not my cup of
none of us, we
Sorry.
are like government.
I'm gonna grab his shirt or back hair.
I have a cloak. I have a little
Oh,
cloak.
okay,
He
cool. I'm
does have
gonna
a little
tug on his
cloak on.
cloak and kind of like.
Right, what do you
My
want?
apologies. Please tell us why you have summoned us here.
Someone, right?
Dude,
Someone-
Nick, if you want to sign something, I think that
You want me to sign your dick again? I won't
Oh,
do it.
Yes.
Willow would love you to sign her notebook.
And you see the guard that you guys, Frederick, that you guys met at the front entrance.
Francis, good to see you again, partner.
He's like,
Absolutely fantastic.
he has a
So
staff in his hand and he kind of like pounds it on the ground a couple times.
Listen, you're making a pretty big ruckus.
God, make an entrance.
Yeah. Sir, Scorth, this is...
My name is not Score.
No, that's the leader of...
She said her name was Shannon.
Yeah, that's
Sharon.
not the leader. She
Sharon.
runs our...
Keep talking. We're listening.
Yeah, yeah.
Let him
What
mumble
was
in the
it? Say that
background.
Sorry about that. Scorth is, Scorth, I'm talking to you.
All right, Francis, you look a little hungover at this point.
These
Keep going.
are the people who came in yesterday saying that they were some form of... Did you say you guys investigate
We're the five fungi.
We're
fungi?
we're nomads collecting
We're not
and
nomads, we're
researching
scientists.
scientists, but we are nomadic, searching for fungus.
Yeah, what they said, Scorth. At least they're not, those fucking cult people who came here the other day.
Colt. Colt.
Are they fungus cult people?
Did they seem infected with the fungi?
But here they are, Scorth.
Did one of them have a
Wait,
mushroom for a
hold
head?
on.
The rest is yours, and you see Frederick kind of like a bow face and head towards the door.
Everyone bow. Everyone bow.
Scorth is...
What are you doing?
Why are you bowing?
This is how you conduct
No, it's not.
a conversation.
He's not the king.
They're not royalty.
Oh, you cheap.
You will notice that there is a gentleman sitting in a very nice chair at the front of this table. This is Scorth, the person that Frederick was talking to.
I thought his name was Francis.
Score.
Frederick.
Frederick was the guard, my dear.
But Downick is so disenchanted and disengaged that it makes Mike not pay attention.
Scorth is a halfling. I'm sorry, half elf, I should say.
Oh, God.
Right, I was gonna start making
halfling.
midget jokes like out
yes,
the ass.
yes. Not a halfling.
I don't
A
know if
half
that's a
elf.
tolerated word. I apologize to you.
And as you all enter the room,
Chris, are you okay?
I pick up 3 times in the last
Are
5
you
seconds.
okay? Jesus, man.
Um,
Drink some liquid.
Issue is the only liquid I have is beer. But, Scorth looks at you all, kind of up and down real quick. So I'm told that you guys are the,
Fun guys.
right, you guys investigate, like, mushrooms or some shit.
Right, well, there's
This is what
actually
they're telling me.
3 females among us, so saying you guys is kind of offensive. But I
Shouldn't be
totally
gender.
understand for somebody of a half-elf standard to not respect, diversity among their peers is totally fine.
Yeah, the question is, you guys look at fungus or not?
Will, I would like you to take the lead on this, please.
Of course. Yes, we are researching fungus of exotic variety and learning more about it. We are not all-knowing, but we like to research.
Well, it's nice to know that you guys aren't some, like, religious colony coming in here. We had one of those the other day.
What's passed through here recently? I'm sorry.
What was the cult about?
Yeah, so we had these people Where you guys came from the south is what Frederick told me.
More
Southeast.
southeast.
You guys come across the main trail then.
Yeah, Frankie's
yes.
correct.
You made it through that.
The
I'm
fog.
I don't even know
Yes.
Pull a
what to
flask out of
say.
my pocket, take a sip, and as I do it, murmur into the flask, like, get your shit together, and cast Enhance Ability on her.
Okay.
For Eagle's Splendor to have advantage on charisma checks.
Thank you.
Perfect. You guys went through the, lack of a better term, that fungal hell.
Yes, 40
South
miles
of
out from
us.
Thor.
Yeah.
Fogport.
Fogport, thank you.
You see anybody?
Yeah,
We saw
yeah, go ahead.
we saw 2 hags,
It was 2 hags. Yeah.
a large creature,
I mean people, like
No.
you and
no
me.
people.
Alright, well, there's not many like you, is there?
And you see him kind of like put his head in his hands and he's just...
We saw body parts.
There's a couple seconds that go by as you say you saw body parts.
In a plant.
So you're telling me the town of Hearthrow is gone?
I'm sorry, there was a town.
There was no town.
There was no town.
That
There's
was...
a bunch of dead people.
A lot of dead body parts.
You
You
would
remember,
have had
don't
to go...
you?
You
You
would
shouldn't
have
have
had to
crossed
go
from the carriage.
through
Yes, it was awful.
a small town to get here.
Awful. I thought it sounded
Hearthrow.
great.
Hearthrow?
Yes, ma'am.
No,
Actually,
the
nice to
town
be challenged
was
for once, you know.
found.
Also, Hearthrow is not really shown on our maps.
Yeah, most of the maps only have the main,
Can anybody take these cookies?
what we call the capital cities.
Right,
Not so
I
thick.
doubt you have a map that has all the small villages
right, probably not.
and towns. The town of Hearthrow has not responded to us in days. We sent a trader down there and they
You
were
said-
gone.
Days,
Yeah.
and now Hearthrow is now gone
Yeah.
in
Even
a matter of days.
assuming that you guys, what'd you find in that fungal forest? Just curious.
That information is protected data of City Gatling.
Yeah, well, City
Oh,
Gatling
actually,
doesn't run that
no,
town.
yeah, they
No,
don't.
they don't.
They
But what we
don't.
found happens to be
Senticio.
Just gonna
particularly
cover
sensitive
his
information.
mouth the moment. Anyways, yes, you're correct. What we found was a lot of spores.
Oh.
That sounds
fungal
like an
plants.
understatement.
Right. We found plants that had body parts in them.
They were gelatinous.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was just how
That.
I would not
And
suggest
they're
anyone
trying
go
to
in there.
lure people in with hags, as pretending to be old ladies in need of help. It's a little pathetic, honestly.
So pathetic.
What do you know about this situation? When did this start, and can you fill us in?
I don't know when it started. I can tell you that Hearthrow is it's one of our cities, our towns we look over.
Well, good job.
Yeah, thanks. We have not been able to go back for about a week.
Well, when we went and we fought it, we scared that thing away. She was terrified of me,
She did say she was coming back for us, though.
but she had to run away first.
She said she'd come back for y'all,
Yeah.
and you're in our town.
No,
No.
we're not here.
All right. Well, we will.
What do you need us for?
I really want to know what you were studying and why. It seems a little.
Well, we heard.
A little suspicious that we have had one of our towns just get
We
taken
began
over
studying
by
it
fungal.
because of that. We are a newly formed research group.
It was such a large area of fungi that we thought this would definitely be a means of stability in our pockets.
And who's funding this this research?
No one.
We
Unless
are-
you want to fund us, would you like to fund us?
You're telling me you're just doing this out of the goodness of your heart.
No goodness, out of pure knowledge. We're
If you had
scientists.
seen the planks full of body parts and the carnage that we saw, perhaps you would rise to do something and protect one of your villages too.
Yeah, we're not supposed to.
Instead, you wait and you have people like us coming through and saving your booties.
I can tell you that we lost a good portion of our fighting force trying to protect Hearthgo.
Do I remember going through, or does anyone remember going through, like, finding, like, fighters or, like, armored bodies?
No.
Yeah, was there anything in detail
No?
like that?
I will
Bodies
let
found?
Who cut down the body?
I will let
unit,
you
right?
all roll an
It was just
investigation
arms.
check at advantage. Well, one of you guys basically.
Let me
gets
go
to
back in my
roll an
head and I'll
investigation.
investigate.
Not this guy.
I have
Who
17.
I
Oh,
no.
one more person go for it.
Go for it.
No, me.
I have
Wrong
plus
suit.
7 to my.
I have a plus 9.
Oh, then
Oh,
what the
go
hell
for
am I doing? Go ahead. Roll it. 17.
Yeah, with the
Roll
17.
real low there, guys.
Jeez.
You would know that when
You're like, I have a plus.
I
Look at
have
mine. Look at
nine.
mine. Mine's so
Just
big.
sit there all quiet, like,
you would know that when Voltaire
I
cut
can't speak
open one of
English,
those
my
plants and that plant was exploding on you in your cart as you were driving by. There were the dead pieces of that, in many ways, in that plant. You guys would have found armor, some like very cheap armor, some very cheap swords
So we
and
did,
stuff
okay.
in those plants. Yeah.
It looks like we did find potentially some poorly funded fighters, potentially, in
That's
these
an
dead plants.
understatement.
All right. Well, let me. I'll be right back. I'm gonna talk to my constituents and see where we want to go.
Do you
from
want us
here.
to just stand out here? Or?
No, as a DM, I gotta pee bit.
Oh! I'm role playing that.
Right.
It's like, issue my constituents.
Oh, what is that? That's
We're brother,
Oh,
we're
brother, we're out there.
Yeah.
Is you
We
is,
thought
or
you
is
was
ain't?
a toad. I love that.
I like how we're just on
Everybody's
stream right
pretty
now and
racist.
Zoe's like barking out. Oh, brother, we're
Old
out.
southern
So when
fucking
Zoe talks,
slang
she's
shit.
barking, apparently.
That's racist.
I don't know, it's racist, it's just rude.
Hey, it's because you're blue.
I am blue. Blue. Abu dee da boo da.
That's all those
You
little-
started a bad thing. Started a real bad thing.
So
there, guys.
listen up, here's a story.
Mm.
I have a blue house with
Yeah.
You know what's
Oh,
sad?
guys.
You know what's sad is I remember watching that music video
Yes.
on MTV.
I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Right.
That
played music.
statement
Before
is
school.
over. Yes.
Before school.
Way
yeah.
Yep. Nope.
Back when
and
they
then-
played music.
Yeah.
They've
That
been around for
statement
20
makes me
years.
older than most voice
MTV
machines.
had that one series where it had the bubbles that would pop up.
Pop-up video.
Yeah, I
Pop-up
love
video.
that.
Oh god, we are old.
Yeah. So
Now
It
it's
shouldn't be
just
allowed to be
21
called
and pregnant.
MTV anymore.
No. CTV, crap TV.
Anyways.
after
Can I ask, what kind of accoutrement is this individual Scorth
Here it
wearing?
is.
Scorth?
yeah, Scorth would be the
Scorth, half elf.
the half elf leader. The half
Is he,
elf.
leather, maybe some metal elements?
He is
to
not
it?
wearing any armor.
Is he wearing
He is
nice
wearing
robe
these
with a belt buckle?
beautiful like show gown essentially. No belt buckle. It is almost like it's a gown. It goes from his shoulders to the ground.
Any piercings?
You
or-
can't see his feet or anything like that. It is all white and it has a lot of gold inlays in it as it goes
Wow,
up.
fancy.
Are gold is in the color or is in the actual metal?
You would assume that these are looking at it in with your background. These are gold threaded.
Very interesting.
This is a small village.
Gold threaded clothing. This is not a small village.
Oh, it's not a
just
small
so you
village.
know.
It's a city.
Senticio
We're
is a
becoming a
fairly
trading
large
area.
city.
Okay, it's a city. Got it. Okay.
That controls some small village outside of it. The small village that they are concerned about is the one that you guys just recently went through that is no longer in existence.
Private city.
That is actually under Senticio's watch. As you are sitting there talking to, I forgot to say it, we just said it. Scorth.
Scorthy.
Scorth.
Scorch Earth.
Comes back to the room after discussing some things with his group. So you guys being fungal researchers and whatnot, we need some help on what the fuck that situation is.
So what would you like us to do?
Do you guys collect? I assume being researcher, you collected some of the fungi.
Maybe in our lungs.
No, you collected something. Right?
There should be some in a respirator. Do you guys still have your respirators? I pull out mine.
do,
Because
yeah.
you had told me that there had been a lot of spores, so I pull out mine. And I
You
give
said
them
they were
the
being
rest of it.
saturated. We had to switch out.
Pulls out a filter.
So you guys have spores and not like.
Yes.
Right, and what is your interest in this matter? Because I asked your people, and they seem to have no clue that anything was going on down south. And suddenly, there is a big issue that these 5 fungi need to start researching. And it all just sounds a little fishy, if you know what I'm saying. And I don't believe it's the low tide.
I wouldn't say fishy. I would say that we had we're a little concerned. We're not sure how that city got taken over, and we had a cult here.
You should definitely be concerned. Now, what was the nature
About
of this cult?
3
Please.
days ago, they delivered us a stockpile of this, I don't know, weird fucking plant thing, and
I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I need to see that plant.
You're probably going to be under attack like any minute now. If I had
being
to make a
researchers,
guess.
we're curious what you guys know of it.
That plant is of absolute import to our mission, and I'm going to go ahead and need to see it. Like, toot sweet. Like, why it's not already in front of me is a surprise.
Or burning perhaps somewhere in
What?
a fire.
What was the name of this cult? What did they identify themselves
How
as?
did you know that they were
Yes.
a cult? Let's hear more
What
about
is your
this
mother's
cult.
name, and where's the nearest restaurant?
Oh, yeah. First question. Naz, let it
If
bring
you're gonna bring up a cult, you better know about what the cult is.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying.
You just
You don't know
really
what-
nearly say
you
cult
can't
out
throw
here.
cult out
Yeah,
without
yeah. Now let's ask a question.
Complaining about a cult.
I'm not going to this blinded.
They're known as the Drollgart.
Oh God, you're gonna have to
That's
spell that name.
DRULLGARDT.
We're the humans.
Spell again. DRULL.
DRULLGARDT.
Okay.
Drollgart.
Okay.
It's a mixed bag of individuals.
Mixed race,
The
okay.
guy who brought us these
Who's the man?
plants, his name was Rainon.
Spell that.
RIENON.
Did they appear to have any kind of bodily malformations or anything of that sort?
He seemed like a normal dude. He just
What does a normal do? There are so many different types of people that exist in the world.
yeah.
You
Also,
need
you need to
elf,
talk to each other. That
hobgoblin?
bathroom is dirty.
They walked up to us and I would say they essentially hand-delivered this.
Why
This-
did you
this plant,
accept this?
And you just kept it around. You were like, oh, what a lovely gift. I put
No.
this in my backyard next
We
to the
told them to
petunias.
take it back and essentially go to hell.
Great. So you insulted a cult.
They began leaving our city. and
Which direction did they leave towards?
Dropped the stockpile. They were headed west. They dropped the stockpile just at our western entrance before leaving.
Now, if
We
I had to
managed
guess,
to collect that stockpile.
Where'd you put the stockpile?
It is somewhere you don't need to know about.
How long was that stockpile hanging out there? Could someone who should not have access to it have accessed it before you got to it?
I don't believe so. We had some guards there pretty quickly, but my concerns are that you guys are hopefully some good researchers and know what this is.
well, as we said, after we encountered this forest of the fungi, that is what prompted us to start our journey into researching the fungi.
Right, so you said you did that last week.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Just because it's new doesn't mean it's not a group, and I don't mean to disappoint you or anything, but it sounds like we're the only ones who've been there and survived, so maybe a little bit of respect is due.
I don't mean to be rude, but for
You are.
the 5 of you, you have a total of under 5 weeks experience.
And how many do you have?
I mean, if I were to count everybody in this room, it's more than 5 weeks.
With fungus specifically, is what you're saying?
I mean, it kind of looks around. There's 10 of us.
Okay.
It's been here for a couple days.
Well,
Have
logically
you been
speaking,
researching it? Has it moved? Has it done anything weird? You're not really telling us anything here.
logically speaking, your experience now outweighs our experience, so therefore you may not need our assistance, and we can go ahead and proceed to leave if you'd like.
That is true.
I
Or
would
we can
like to
help you
know what
fight.
your experience is with this substance. We will bring it out for you to look at. I just want to make sure that you all are
Our comrade would love to see that plant.
up to par.
You
with
have a
this.
plant.
Plant?
Would you have a plant?
A plant?
A plant?
Would you have a plant?
Oh! Is that French for
Right?
something?
Would you have a plant? A plant too. A plant too.
No, I have.
Would you have a plant?
I have the
Would you have a plant?
respirator with the spores inside of it.
My
I don't have a
God.
plant.
Do you want to see a plant or not? Do you want to see a plant?
I don't want to leave.
I like the idea of
You wanna
helping
see
these
a plant?
people, but they're not really seeming open to our help.
I'm surprised there's not a plant in front of us right now.
Why is there no plant in front of us?
It's truly astonishing. You're asking for our help and yet reserving the information in which we might use to assist you.
Alright.
It's unbelievable.
I should have guessed this was going to happen from the fucking beginning of 5
Scorth,
of
we
you.
love this town, but you're providing us
I'm
with
just-
not very much information.
Frederick, bring in the fucking...
I'm going
Thank
to
you,
follow
Frederick.
logic here for a second. Okay, so you have this town. It is your town, your ward. You're taking care of it, right? Boom, plants come, everyone dies. And then what? A few weeks later, another plant shows up on your doorstep and you're like, let's just cultivate it. No, it's probably going to spread and destroy your whole fucking town.
We don't know what happened to that town.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
and
I would like
you
to
don't
throw
know
that
what
out
this
there
is,
right
so
now.
clearly it seems to be connected of some sort. And then you say they go west. It sounds to me like they're probably going to do the same thing to the next town, and it seems like they're trying to spread down the line.
We'll say that is not confirmed.
Seems like we're
No, but it is
Yeah,
safe to
just,
assume the worst, because if the worst doesn't happen, then great. But if it does happen, then you are more prepared, yes?
yeah.
I mean, more prepared, less prepared. We've been pretty safe about it.
You don't seem prepared at all. You have brought in a couple strangers with a couple weeks of...
Can I ask right out of the gate, why is he talking? Out of all of us
Correct,
here,
yeah. Could you provide us a moment to speak with our constituents, which is ourselves?
do you have a...
He doesn't.
Fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
If you guys want to speak
Huddling
for
up.
yourselves, I'll
Huddling
get
up.
That was
out
just a
this
nasty
plan.
stab
Stage
at
whisper.
because I don't like you.
Okay.
Stage whisper, I'm like, so actually, I think this is where we're supposed to be for our mission with Cedar
No.
Gatling. Yes, it
No.
is. It
We're
is.
supposed to be looking
We're supposed
for
to
a
be-
plant.
We're supposed to be.
looking for a planet that
Yes,
is
so
somehow
plants
magically
products.
disseminated across God knows how.
Well, what is this
There
not
is
a
a
plant?
cult, but we are supposed to be with the arena.
Yeah.
Yes, but
That
is
is
this
our
not a
goal
plant?
right
That's
now.
where all the plants are coming from.
Well,
Neverina?
to the best of
It seems that we
yes.
are on the same path that the plants that we are trying to stop are on. So we are coinciding parallel with
Should
the
we
plant.
not stop to look
We've
into
never
it?
seen this plant before. We should see it and see if it matches up with
Have
what we find
a
in
decent
Everina.
description of what the plant
Then
is
let's
supposed
take
to
a
look
look
like.
at
So where is this plant? That we
Hold on,
keep-
we're not done yet.
Yeah.
Come back
Process.
to the group.
Okay.
Process.
No, hold
The
on.
plant, please.
No.
Give us a minute.
If you have an idea what the plant looks like and they have received this plant, then it is likely that they are going down next.
And if the cult is perhaps the one that is disseminating
Can I
this plant
insight check
across
him?
the
And I also want to
entire-
look at his glands.
Give him an inside check. Along with a perception check. I'll do the first one's going to be inside.
I mean, I'm the one who examined you, so I mean, maybe I
Insight and then perception.
Yes, sir.
Okay, they're both -1, but
Oh my
it's
god.
15 and 14.
Ooh,
Not
not bad. For a -1 and Matthew rolls?
He
like,
does
that's
not
pretty good.
have. You would notice that the gentleman you're talking to that seems to be in charge of this city. You guys are not quite sure about that. His glands don't seem to be swollen or anything like your guys's. What was your other check for?
Insight. And it was 15.
Oh, he seems to be rather with a 15. He seems to be questionable about this plan.
Looks questionable.
It's obviously that he doesn't know shit about it, but he's obviously trying to hold back a little bit of information from you guys as far as like their opinions
Fuck this
go.
town. Let's get out.
But as far as the facts go, I mean, he's told you, he's been very honest with you about the factual side of this plant. Their opinions, though, they've been seeming to hide. Like, you don't know their intentions quite yet. Is what I would say.
Do they bring the plan out?
Do they bring
Yeah. After you guys are now debating with each other, your little circle. Frederick.
Conversing.
We're like yelling at him, like, quit being dumb.
Yeah. Frederick comes out with this. It's almost a trailer load of this plant.
I'm holding my breath.
The way I would describe it is, you all like as they walk in, you all throw on your respirators.
Yeah.
As he pulls it in, it's almost on this big ass trailer that he pulls it in on. There's probably about 50 to 100. It's hard to tell as they're kind of piled up in this big lump of these weird plants. They look like yuccas, but they look like. Let me pull up the description. Similar to a yucca plant. They are bright purple with a light blue fuzz covering the stalks at the bottom 3 feet of the plants. The leaves of these yuccas are bright purple at the tips, and they get darker in color as they go closer to the inner plant. And there's a stack of 50 to 100 of them. It's kind of hard to tell of these yucca plants sitting on this trailer, so he kind of brings it in.
Hey, Scorth, so you wanted to know the difference between 5 weeks to possibly 10 weeks. Notice how we're all wearing respirators and you're still an idiot breathing the air.
Yeah, these plants, as he looks at them, I don't see a need to wear
Do they look like?
a respirator.
That's what makes us the fungal experts.
Do they look like?
Are you pain now?
Do they look like plant like we saw in the forest?
I was born with the fungus. Really? You really adopted the fungus.
Nazlith, as you ask about the if they look similar to the Hearthgo
Yes,
fungus, it's similar. You have seen a couple of these plants
But bigger?
when you were in there.
It's a
Yes.
fungus, though. Do we recognize it as
But
a
they
fungus?
were much bigger when you were in Hearthgo. They invaded the whole city, whereas this is just kind of a little pile. They're slightly different, but not quite. They look pretty much the same nature-wise as what you previously saw.
I would like to take a quick sketch, if I can, of the plants.
Okay, roll a performance check for
You
me.
there? With the
Have
fire.
charisma.
I don't think. I don't think.
Address this problem that we're dealing with.
I don't think the fire worked very well on the last time I got to
6.
say.
At some point in time, all fire
6 with
probably.
your
I'm
performance
just
check.
looking for
Even
a
if-
number, really.
Do they want
Yeah,
me to ruin it?
you
I
managed to
don't care
draw
what they
like a
want, I
lump
care what
of
we
them
care
on a
about.
trailer. It's not the prettiest drawing
The
you've
last
done
time
in
we
life,
ran
but
into anything,
you know what
close
it
to
is.
that.
Nobody else looking at it would be really
There
able
was
to know.
dead
That's fine.
bodies and
I'm the only one who says
hags and scary mushroom.
I'm going to use Divine Sense.
Okay.
Did you
And I
adjust?
can
I absolutely do.
know the
That's what I
location
didn't say that.
of any celestial fiend or undead within 60
Okay.
feet.
My opinion seems to outweigh.
Within
almost
60
I
everything
mean, I
else's
killed all
facts.
the
Okay.
spores.
I just know
do you
when
have
I
to roll or
used
anything?
fire,
Yeah.
it was not as effective
You
as it
don't
should have been
catch
on
any.
that.
I mean, I'll cast Fireball.
Undead
I don't mind. I just don't want to
anything
kill
like
everybody
that.
for real.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not because I have some sort of personal benediction, but
I'm not breathing out, but I'm shaking my head to the thought of burning anything inside of a building.
And as Duarte kind of looks at you all.
Wait, I thought we were meeting
Duarte.
Scorth.
Yes, Dorte in here.
Is it Duarte or Scorth?
Scorth. Who's Duarte?
Scorth, I'm sorry.
Thank
As-
you.
So
as-
is that who you meant?
Yeah, is that who we
supposed
were
to
meant
be?
to be?
Yes.
Okay, so not Duarte,
Scorth and
Scorth.
Duarte are both in here.
Oh, Duarte is in
Wait,
here.
Duarte
Yeah.
is in there?
Oh,
God
Duarte
damn it.
is in here as well.
You make me cross out shit I don't need.
I'm sorry.
you're not.
It's no longer pristine.
You would just happen to
Horrible.
notice that Duarte is not doing much of the talking. He's kind of sitting back a little bit, letting things play out with Scorth and Frederick and the rest of the group who are kind of questioning you about this fungi.
You need to get rid of this shit.
So if it is what we saw, it's dangerous. If we take it outside, I could try to light it up on fire and kill it.
So you said we recognize this as like almost like a prepubescent form of what we saw.
That was the implication.
Essentially, yes. It's essentially a prepubescent form of what you happen to have seen.
So basically, what we can tell is that this plant, once it grows big, takes over the whole goddamn city. So the longer you have this in your city, the more dangerous it is.
What would you suggest us?
Burn it. Get rid of it with fire.
Literally
Fire touches
anything
everything.
other than keeping it where it is.
I can light it on fire.
I telepathically tell you, I say, hey, can you ask Budownik if he has a type of container that we can at least put some of this fungi in a container?
Are you asking somebody to ask me a question while you're standing right
I
next to me?
can't breathe
Bathe in it.
out.
doesn't have a
I'm
respirator.
holding my breath.
You never made
So I
that
can't.
one.
She
Do you
is.
think it'll
I'm sorry,
be...
why are you not making
So I'm
us
telepathically
telepathically?
telling her. I'm telling
No, I'm just telling you.
But you can make
silently.
us
Do you
telepathic.
think
No,
it'll be
I
a good
understand,
idea
but this is
for
a
us
perfect
to
opportunity where we don't want people
And
to
touch
hear us.
y'all when you're telepathic.
I do think that it
Perfect.
is.
Alright, now we can all talk.
Now we can both be bread.
Now we can all talk telepathically.
I still
What
think,
is it that you would like to say?
I think that we should go ahead and take some of this fungi and put it in a container that I'm assuming you possibly have since you're a collector of items. That we could go ahead and take some of this and use it for research later on. Also,
Wait, how is it as a fire genasi that you're actually cold at this point?
I'm
She's
so
cold?
cold right now.
I just saw her shiver. It was the most miraculous thing I think I've ever seen in my
she
life.
likes hot temperatures.
It was like a
chills,
blue
okay.
wave that traveled up her entire body.
So the one thought that I had is that maybe if fire isn't the super effective against this, can you create some sort of like?
Well, if all three of us does fire,
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Well, maybe if you make like a chamber, and then something that could draw the air out of the chamber.
You're talking about a gas chamber. That's a little sensitive.
No, it would be the opposite. You wouldn't put things in. You
A
would
vacuum
take-
chamber.
Yes, something like that, where you would take the air out of it. The plants cannot survive without the
I
oxygen.
had
I'm
Doesn't they
collecting
have
parts of
something
the
like
plant. What do you want from me?
He made us a respirator, like they would have been.
I don't think we should burn it.
Right,
Alright,
that's
so
what
However,
like
I
I
think
did as
maybe
much of
we
this plant as
should-
I feel I need to.
Put it in containers that have water. Water seal those containers.
Or, and hear me out, we could burn it.
all three of
No,
us.
if you burn it, then the fumes from the fungi could potentially be harmful.
Spores are no longer harmful when they're completely consumed by fire. The actual
Yeah.
carbon bonds
They-
between
Yes,
the
but
molecules
you don't know what
break
else you
and
could
change.
potentially be creating.
You don't
with
know
the
if maybe you'll
gas.
create a burst of some sort that maybe would spread out the fumes faster
Correct.
than we could burn them.
We know nothing
That's why I'm
about
saying
this
if you do the oxygen, the only thing that would happen would be sucked inwards.
Do you know what an endospore is? I don't expect you to, but do you know what an endospore is?
No, I cannot say I know what.
They're the most hardy things on the planet. And the only thing that can actually destroy them is extreme temperatures.
I think the best option that we potentially have
As
is
we
getting
stand
jars.
silently in a
We're all
circle,
looking at each other.
Oh yeah, I know.
just glaringly.
It's pretty obvious. Duarte definitely notices that you guys are communicating via telepathically.
I think we should ask
As
them
you
for
are all like-
jars. We should get jars of lids and potentially water seal them and put them in those jars until we know exactly what could have potentially happened. They
Right.
are potentially sealed.
Windbag, that one belongs to you. That's your jar. If any of you else want a jar
I do
full
not
of
want
mushroom creepies,
Thank
I
you.
don't think it's wise to keep any of this alive. It seems as if
Yeah.
one little thing could subsist.
there is a forest full of this alive.
Right,
just
but
south
right
of
now
us.
it is contained in that one spot. If these plants are the
It is
things.
obviously not contained in that spot if it is sitting here in
I
the same
agree
room
with
with us.
lighting it on fire.
Yes, but it was transported here. Is my point.
What, they just left a wagon full? You're
Yes.
telling me that a cult leader showed up to this city and they just dropped a wagon full? I don't quite trust this Scarth person. Scorth? Scorched Earth? Scorched Earth?
Scorth.
That's an abbreviation for. Wait, no, Scorth is an abbreviation for Scorched Earth.
Yes.
You would notice that Scorth is probably the military-esque general of the town. He's
so
not
this-
the leader.
What?
Duarte would be the governor of.
What
of-
was the
of,
plant that in
Senticio.
the Gatling they told you that we were looking for?
Does this plant that I have collected samples from match the description of the one that the Chancellor gave me back in Sea Gatling?
Roll a perception or history or arcana check for me.
Could I
Whichever you
help
like.
or do that?
Can I roll a
Can I
persuasion?
cast guidance on myself?
I will let you do it at advantage with the help action of one of your.
I will.
Can I cast guidance on
I
myself?
have +7 to
Yeah.
arcane and history.
And what'd you say?
History.
History,
Keen
Arcana.
I do have
or
keen mind.
An investigation.
Were you ever
Your
told
turn.
that description?
Was I ever told the
Okay.
description? It's Cedar Gatling. Then I have keen mind. I remember it for the past 30 days.
$32.
Yeah,
False
this
life dice.
is
False life dice. You roll 30s.
without a doubt. Without a doubt.
1 through 30.
This is probably the plant that Chancellor Torlane was talking about in
Right.
Cedar Gatling.
This happens to be the reason that we're here. So it is worth investigating the cults. Although I do believe we should go to Everlane first to see how far this has spread.
Everlane
And
is
get
how much
Everina.
further? Everina. How long is it till we get there?
Evrena?
Yes, another week, right?
If you're lucky, it's
Right, you have a boat we can charter.
Oh, I'm not
You have a
speaking.
boat that we can
I
charter,
am not
correct?
speaking at all.
I'll speak for
I'm
you.
holding my breath, but no, I'm asking for history checks since I studied this map,
you would know that Everena is probably about 800 miles north.
which is how
You
long?
would not need a boat to get there either. A boat would probably take you a little longer because you would have to crest up
Up
and
and
back
down.
around.
How long
Whereas
is
if
that-
you
how
were
long is
just a
that?
straight line walk, it would be a little quicker.
How long is that?
I say we burn it.
5 days?
Yeah,
I
5
agree.
days to a week,
I'd be
depending
down
on
for
how
that.
your survival checks go.
Everina
Take
is
tally.
at
Burn
least a week. No,
Burn it?
there's no logic in that.
And as you guys are sitting there talking to each other, Duarte kind of speaks up. First time you hear Duarte talk, by the way, as Scorth has been the one communicating with you guys.
Can we have them take away the plants?
I'm wearing a respirator.
Duarte looks at you all. Yeah, so it's great that you all are talking to each other. We would like to know
Do it.
Okay.
That's dangerous.
what are the
Do it.
Don't do
Hold
it.
on.
what are the thoughts on the
Would
plans?
you hold on?
They
No.
need to be
Do
destroyed.
it.
Don't do it.
Do it.
Don't do it.
If you
We
do
need to
not-
save our
Do it.
Don't
If you
do it
not
in an
destroy these
enclosed
plants-
area.
If you do not destroy these plants, you will end up like.
If you don't destroy these plants, I'm gonna burn them right here,
Let's-
right now,
let's
in the
take them
middle of your
outside.
In
fancy
an
building.
enclosed area.
Well, let's at least take them outside.
Yeah, let's take them outside.
I have a little bit of knowledge that the
Then why
previous
do they want us
town,
here?
um,
Why are they asking
Hearth
us?
nerd.
Right.
Hearthgo?
Shit, then why are they asking us?
Humperdinck?
Humperdinck.
if
Let's
these
take them
plants
outside
did
right
take
now.
those over, we need to do something about it. It is
I start pushing the cart outside.
yeah, and as you do,
I will assist.
Frederick is also assisting you guys as you guys bring this outside, and the group kind of follows you out.
I'm going to command 3 to stand on top of the cart triumphantly.
Yep. And as you sit on the cart and you kind of look around, and you guys have this discussion with the political group that runs this town.
Who is
of-
Duarte
of-
exactly?
Duarte,
He's the
you would
governor.
know, is essentially the governor of Senticio. And
Scorth is like their military captain.
yes, Scorth, you would essentially know as their police or military-esque captain who kind of keeps control over the town. There's some other members there too of their essentially board of supervisors type of situation that you guys have not really introduced yourselves to, nor have they introduced themselves to you.
So,
But you would get the gist that the people you are talking to are essentially the leaders of this town who have, because the way you guys have entered this town, very confidently investigators of this fungi, they have, for the most part, trusted you with, like, what the fuck is this and what should we do with it? And we're worried that another town has had an issue with this same situation. You guys managed to talk them into just burning it.
is there any water in the area?
Not in the local area. You would notice
a
that
well of
in the
some
middle
sort.
of the town there is a fountain. It's not too far off from. I would say it's probably at 70 to 80 100 feet from you.
Cool, I have 300 country for this spell.
It's
I'm gonna
300 feet, thank you.
I'm gonna control water
Yep.
and grab water from the fountain and move it to where the wagon is. And when they set it on fire, I'm gonna create a like filtering water dome
Oh shit.
over it
Perfect.
to kind of just
Dissipate.
dissipate the smoke that comes from it.
Perfect.
Alright, I do produce flame and start throwing.
I'm gonna stand 240 feet back, which is the max range of my spell, and I will cast Firebolt. I have Firebolt.
I will also stand 200 and something feet.
I will scoop up some
That's
bat
right.
guano, release a puff of sulfur from my hand, and cast Fireball.
Before this situation occurs, they bring you guys to a little bit of a safer location.
We do not know
behind-
what the minimum safe distance is.
That's fine. They bring you to a nice area that they would claim is a safe, 500 feet radius-esque area. You guys convinced this city and convinced Duarte to burn this plant because of what you have seen in the previous area.
Where fire didn't work.
As you guys managed to set this plant up, you and Duarte and the rest of the nobles, essentially, of Senticio are watching you begin imbuing these flame spells and casting it at them.
Dome of water on top.
At this pile of fungi. We are going to end there. And we will come back next time to
I had
see
words for fucking score. I had words for score.
and we will see what happens as you guys
Weird name.
cast a flame on this pile of fungi next week. Thank you all for watching
Burn the
the
world.
Woodness Guild. Tune in next week
Yes!
to see what happens with this pile of fungi and how
Next week,
our
Dragon Ball
adventurers
Z.
managed to deal with
It was
the
literally
city of
us just screaming the whole
Senticio.
time.
Yeah, you guys are essentially there with these people who don't know you very well, but trust you to an extent based on their roles
They won't have
in
connection.
how. Yeah, and they kind of understand that you guys have dealt with kind of this situation before. Hopefully, you're going to help them with this current situation they're in. We're going to end there. No battle today.
None.
Did we have one last week?
I mean, it was a mental
Yeah.
battle.
No,
It was
we
a
did.
psychological
We
battle.
Psychological battle. A lot of character building. We learned a little bit about Voltaire and Budownik. We learned a little bit about the twins.
Yes, we did.
Really, the only person we didn't learn anything about is Nazlith.
Yeah, we did. A little bit. For me, anyway.
Oh, okay. Well,
She's like a skin collector.
you skimmed the surface there on Nazlith, as everyone else kind of learned a bit about each other. But that'll be all for us tonight at the Woodness Guild. Make sure you tune in next week.
Like,
And,
subscribe.
Yeah,
Share.
like, subscribe, review, share. We're really looking for likes.
Next
on,
week we
on
have
Twitch and
the
shit.
giveaway, right?
Yeah, we're gonna try to set up another giveaway. We'll post that on Instagram, so be ready for that. Outside of that, I think we're done here
I think we're done here.
for tonight. You all have a
I'm
lovely
surprised
night.
we're still on the show.
And goodbye.